don't trust me, come with a real, he up in the front seat, get my meals, I'm gunning for the money in the bank, come on with a dank, skrilling in the tank, rolling with the gang. You sitting out on the sideline tripping, I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin. Yeah, I'm okay.
What up, though? Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights Live, WoodwardSports.com. I'm Eazy, I spin more racks.
Hello.
Got young Chris and Nicholas Koloff, a.k.a. Unky Nicky, a.k.a. Detroit Mario, a.k.a. Thank you for filling in.
All right, Nick.
All right, Nick.
Let's go, fellas.
Wait, is that a new one?
No.
First of many, boys. Let's do it.
Oh, yeah. You excited?
Yeah,
Your
I'm
days are
fired
end
up.
a lot sooner, too, huh?
What's up?
Your days, like your work days, end a lot earlier now, too.
I'm super fired up.
Yeah.
It was a good start on Woodward nights, but I'm happy to be with the fellas that brought me in. So proud to be the audio guy for the heavyweights. Let's get it.
Glad to have you, brother.
Yeah, shouts out.
Appreciate y'all.
And we can finally start talking quad sports.
Quad sports.
Baseball and hockey.
I don't know if baseball's a quad sport, but hockey definitely is.
It's a white sport in the fandom sense, but I guess it is a Latina brown sport. It's funny too because like I was watching the F1 thing and that like I don't know.
I've heard good things about F1.
My brothers watch F1.
I'm gonna start watching it, dude. I saw that commercial. I know they got the thing on Netflix. I'm sure that'll probably get me into it a little bit more too. Because they got F1 series, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. F1 did look sweet. Detroit Lions, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, all the offensive coordinator positions have been filled across the league for the new coaching hires, meaning we retained both Antoine Randall L. and Tanner Estrand.
The gang's back together.
The gang. Oh, hell yeah! And honestly, I'm happy to keep like Antoine Randall L. Like, as much as like you kind of get overlooked position coaches, like that is a guy who's, by the way, has one of the sickest Super Bowl plays of all time with the touchdown he threw. Secondly, he was part of a Super Bowl winning organization with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as receiver coach. You look at this receiving room, even when we were kind of waiting for Jamo to break out, still kind of am for like what we expect him to be. Jamo's always been blocking. One consistent trait of this wide receiver room is that they constantly block. I feel like Antoine Randall has to be a part of that after all like those Steelers teams he's been a part of, and just having like the Super Bowl cachet, you know what I'm saying, to kind of just throw in their face, like, yo, if you want to, get there, do this, you got, you know what I'm saying, because he's been in so many like different parts of it with different organizations at different roles. So I do like keeping Antoine Randall, and I do feel like he's kind of underappreciated as a member of this coaching staff. And then Tanner Estrand, as we know, if Ben does leave, that's the assuming that the guy is going to replace him.
And he gets another year under Ben too, like another year to. It's just all around. It's a W all around.
Yes, I'm cashing that one in all day. I'm happy for it. The band's back together. I called it the last dance on Twitter last night. It is the last dance with Ben Johnson. Let me put it that way. I should say.
That's what we said last year.
Yeah. But this year, I think there's more evidence of it. It could actually be a last dance, as in like we're cashing an actual like championship along the way. You know what I'm saying? Chris, you about to say something?
I mean, I was just gonna push back the last dance until you corrected it, kind of like the Ben Johnson part of it, because the way everything this Lions team has been building, we've been talking about it for years, a year plus on the heavyweights here, that they're building for long-term success. They haven't to this point went the Rams route and said F the picks, and like they have a young core, a young nucleus that they are gonna have to extend, but they have a GM that they've shown can continue to find young talent. Like, everything about this team seems sustainable for years, but when you talk about the coaching staff, it is in a sense, I guess, a last dance for them. But I feel like we can come up with a little something better, because I feel like that kind of implies that this is Detroit's only shot, and I think they're setting up to have multiple shots over multiple years. This may be the best, but they got multiple shots in my belief.
Depends what they're paying Jared Goff and how long the commitment is. That's one of the last answers for me, but that has yet to happen. So maybe we do find a new name. Any suggestions? Chris?
Nope. I just
You just
don't
got
like
shit
it.
to say, huh?
I'm just gonna shit on it with no
Okay.
solution.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, fuck that Platte Pat. Any suggestions, Nick?
I said last night about this incoming year, shout out Ricky Bobby, if you ain't first, you're last. So I like stealing it from that.
Exactly what I expect from Nick.
Shout out Ricky Bobby.
You know what? Let's give this dude credit. It's already kind of been titled through Amon-Ra and his podcast. When they made the call, it's unfinished business. Maybe it just be that.
It's true.
Yeah, that's fine.
Unfinished. Is that good? We got unfinished business.
That's kind of whack.
I want to be the championship. Like, I want that to be the end game. Booner got mad at me when I said Super Bowl bust. By the way, how's the guy who has a 5-year window to win a Super Bowl not Super Bowl bust every year on it?
I don't know.
Is Booner off the Booner path? I don't know how that. What the hell is going on here? It's Super Bowl bust for me this year, guys. I don't care. Am I crazy?
No, you're not crazy.
Is it right? It should be
You're
that
not
way.
crazy. It's Super Bowl or bust. We need to get to the Super Bowl. We need to win the Super Bowl. It's what it is. It's where we're at. You swim in those waters, you swim in those waters. You either jump in, you don't pussyfoot around, dip a toe in, you jump in. It's Super Bowl or bust.
And I fully expect Brad Holmes to have that same mentality this offseason. I feel like we're going to see an aggressive version of Brad Holmes. I've already seen little teasers out there from guys down at the Senior Bowl who, you know, it's kind of similar to the Combine. People talking to coaches. Rumors are getting kind of spread around. I've already seen little teasers from guys like Mike Payton that, like, oh, I wish I could say this, but I can't. Like, listen, they're going to be extremely aggressive this year. I understand that he hasn't been years prior, but you got to understand, like, we are building the foundation of it, which I had to learn myself even last year. But I was also scared Ben was going to leave. He's my dancing partner for the last dance. That's why I'm freaking out on that. We got all season to talk about that. Did you see? I should have sent the video for this. Did you see they're going to do like a steroids Olympics? The enhanced games.
What?
Who is
You
they?
didn't see that? So they is some rich MFs. I saw my guy Andrew Pompliano on Twitter. He was kind of like just bitching about it. I think it's awesome. I'm here for. Honestly, I think they should have a baseball league where they're allowed to do steroids
Yeah,
too.
oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Just dudes juiced out of their fucking gills, hitting
let's see
60
it.
homers a
You
year.
know, it's their body. It's their choice.
Pumping 105 off the mound.
You know what I'm saying, though? Like,
Shout out
give
to
it
Josh
me.
Horton. Josh Horton in the Woodward Sports chat.
Oh, wow.
5 gifted subs.
Damn.
Shout out to him. But yeah, that I'm down. Steroids makes baseball better. Who is they though? Like you said, they.
So it's let me find the video because there's a commercial for it. I had to type it on Twitter, but yeah, essentially it's like a couple of venture capitalists who are just like, yo, like, let's make it happen. And I'm down for it. I'm not I don't watch Olympic sports.
It's like Olympics?
That's like the assumption, I guess, because the video of it being announced, like a guy like running track. But like, let's see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because the way they sold me on it too towards the end. I'm interested either way. I'm horrible like that. But at the end, they're like science is like let's not deny science.
Yeah,
that's what steroids is.
It is.
Right?
Yeah,
they're just like
advancements in the medical community.
Right?
Yeah, why not, man? Shoot all these athletes up with juice and let them go. Just make sure they're not like, I don't know, beating their wives and stuff.
That's actually a great point. I didn't think of.
And also,
can we put them in like a controlled environment so they're not like
put them
around,
in a bubble?
Yeah,
Well, I guess the
put them in
Olympics
a
are kind of
bubble.
already like that, aren't they? They like,
Huh?
aren't the Olympics? They put them all in like the
Yeah, like the
Village.
Olympic Village. Yeah.
See, but they're probably still juicing the off season to train.
Yeah.
I mean, the Russians are for sure,
I don't think you stop
But they're allowed to
juicing once you
improvise it.
start, right?
but they got busted at the last Winter Olympics. A bunch of Russians were on juice.
Doing the duck. What
Yeah.
you said, Nick? Chris?
I said, I said, don't they juice like once you kind of start, you don't stop? Like, isn't that how it works? I
No,
don't know.
you have to stop. You juice in cycles, if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah.
right? Because like I feel like you kill yourself, you keep going, right?
I don't know.
I don't know how the
Don't know.
science works.
Never juiced before. Fucking natty.
All natural.
But yeah, I mean that'd be pretty cool, and just get a bunch of WWE looking motherfuckers in there throwing javelins and shit.
Yeah,
Fucking
bro. Like,
Batista bombing.
Yeah,
bro, they have wrestling too. Like, bro, I'm here for it.
yeah, it'd be pretty cool.
I guess wrestlers are already on steroids.
Why don't we just bring back like
bring black? Well, I'm
bring
sorry.
back like
It said
gladiators?
slang, by the way, the commercial.
Okay.
I mean, we got the UFC
Like
and
to
shit,
death?
but like yeah,
No,
Why
not
not?
to the death, bro.
like no, like fighting like tigers and shit. Like
You know what I think should be fair, to be honest with you? Maybe not, depending on the crime. You should be able to, like, combat
by
trial.
combat?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Trial by combat all day. It's like, man, I could go into detail about that one.
you want to fight that one, Judge?
Oh, yes. I think it should be a thing, man. Maybe we start voting a little bit differently, too.
I'd be down
Getting the
for-
right people in the right places.
I'd be down for sure for gladiators to come back.
Yeah.
Imagine like
To death. You're saying, like, to death.
yeah. I mean.
You can't casually say about to death.
I guess signing up for it. It's like you don't force anybody to do it.
It's not the Hunger
But
Games.
like
You're not
imagine
drawing a random villager.
like LeBron James, John Jones, Joel Embiid, like
They're gonna risk
Gustafson,
their
all of them.
lives.
No, but like that type of person. 4 of those guys in a fucking gladiator arena fighting an alpha lion. Like, you know how fucking sick that would be to watch?
Actually, I would watch that.
Yeah, bro.
That's different.
Like a grizzly bear versus
I thought
LeBron
you were
James
talking
with
about man
a
versus man.
spear and shield. That would be so
Well,
badass
Braun's
to
been
watch.
talking shit to grizzly bears already. He said if you see me in the woods with a bear, help the bear. Like, he's asking for it.
See me in
That's
a
a
forest
bar.
in a fight with a
bar.
grizzly bear. Help the bear. No, but
You want to see the commercial for it?
Yeah, I got
sorry.
it on
can we
three.
play it?
I got it on 3 cam.
it's like a ad thing.
All right, play it.
I got it on 3 cam, so you guys
Okay,
can
cool.
react
That's
to
even
it.
better.
I am the fastest man in the world. I've broken Usain Bolt's world record, but
the story.
you've never heard of me.
Wow.
I am a proud, enhanced athlete.
Oh my.
Now, we have important allies in our battle for bodily freedom as we build the first sporting event that allows performance enhancements and pays all athletes. When we first announced the
is
Enhanced
not
Games,
real.
This is
the
real.
Olympic Committee said we were a joke,
This is
an
not
idea
real.
that couldn't be taken seriously.
We're watching
But
it.
venture capitalists know that
probably
the
a spoof.
future
Yeah,
isn't a
it's not
joke.
a spoof.
Today, I'm proud to announce
2024.
seed funding from investor Christian Angermeyer,
It does seem like somebody
PayPal
in the movie,
co-founder Peter Thiel,
though. I'm not gonna
This
lie.
is fire.
former
festival
Coinbase
for you.
CTO Balaji Srinivasan,
Imagine
and many
crash
other
like
leading
fucking that'd be
investors. With millions of dollars to support building the future of sports, we can show the world that science is real.
That's
The enhanced games are real.
To be honest,
There's no way that's real.
That's
he just
bullshit.
told you the enhanced games are real. That was literally the ending line.
That's Fire Festival, bro. That's fake.
Oh, you'll see. You'll see. NBA Slam Ball, says David Baxter. I'm there for it.
I'm there for that.
Slam ball's fun. I used to love slam ball.
NPWMU, LeBron can't fight. Come on. To be honest with you, bro, like he's 6'9", 6'8".
LeBron would kill anybody.
A flying knee from LeBron James would put
Just
you
a
in a
punch.
coma.
Just a punch. Like I've had Braylon Edwards like push me.
Yeah.
That's like they're different humans. They're different
Yes.
types of humans.
The
Dude,
one
Joel
thing.
Embiid, that would be a.
Are you buying that guy broke Usain Bolt's record?
No.
No.
Immediately when I saw it, I was like, wait a minute. He's not Jamaican. So wherever Usain Bolt. That's come on. We'll see though. Hey, we're gonna find out. I'm excited to see it. The Pro Bowl games did start last night though. And did you 3 cam this one already?
No, but I can't. Which one do you want? There's 2 of them.
Both of them if you can.
Okay, I'll just do the one first, the dance first.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, that one.
It's a scam to get money, says Just a Fan. This can't be real.
Hey, well, they're not getting my money.
The site is
I'm
real.
hardly
Just
getting my
went to
money.
it. It's like Colton's Cardboard.
It's like who?
Colton's Cardboard.
What up though, Chrome? Who's Colton's cardboard? What is
A
that?
guy in the chat.
Oh, you said it's like Colton's cardboard.
I said the site is real. Just went to it. Said Colton's Cardboard.
Okay. There was that one commercial where they're talking about like you could donate yourself to like be eaten.
Yeah.
That was fake, right?
I don't know, man. Shit's weird.
Because that the site for that one, there's definitely a site for it. I went
No,
to.
hard pass.
Yeah, that was wild to me. You got the video, Chris?
Yeah. Here's
All
the
right.
first one of them.
I hate Baker Mayfield because I like him. He Ron St. Brown. The beef is squashed. I thought I was gonna be on a loop right there, but Baker Mayfield, I'm around when they
Yeah.
came across each other at the Pro Bowl games. They rather than
I
like
don't
shaking
give
the
a
hand
shit
right
about the
away,
Pro Bowl games,
Baker
yeah.
just hit the little whatever it is. I'm limited in space here, but him and Amara had to dance together. Likable guy, and then he had this to say after the throwing competition too.
So when you start missing a couple, do you feel like, okay, everybody's looking at me now, I got to turn it up, but you ain't been practicing enough to turn it up?
My last pass I threw was to Derek Barnes in Detroit, so yeah.
Appreciate you. Back to you, Lord.
he just keeps it real.
He's
I
a
respect
likable
him.
dude.
He's a very likable dude.
That's why Maz loves him.
Shout out to Baker.
Shout out to Baker.
Hate we had to do it too. Although good year last year, for being honest. Baker under Dave Canales, who's also in this too. And I'll get this one out too because we gotta go to break. Dave Canales wrote a book, co-authored a book with his wife. I don't know if you saw this, Nick, too, but he admitted to having an addiction to porn,
What?
cheating on his wife,
What?
and alcoholism.
Who is this?
The new head coach for the Carolina Panthers,
What?
Dave Canales. He was the OC for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Kind of translates from the Baker Mayfield thing. Baker had his best year under him, by the way, so he is legit. But yeah, he co-wrote a book
Did
with
he
his
like
wife.
have to write like
Oh, for sure. He cheated on his wife. She for sure made him or something. I mean, that was definitely the payback.
I mean, people cheat on their wives all the time and don't have to write books about it.
It was written while he was the quarterback coach in Seattle. So, like...
He was addicted to porn?
Addicted to porn.
I don't understand porn addictions. Like,
What do you mean?
Just stop watching.
That doesn't work that way.
I mean,
you worked at like an addiction center.
That's like the Tyler the Creator tweet.
I mean, you could be addicted to
Tyler the
porn.
Creator tweet. How do you get cyberbullied? Just log off.
Yeah, like literally. That's literally
That part is true.
cyberbullying is the softest shit. Like, just don't open your phone. Just go outside. Like,
touch grass.
But there's a South Park episode about sex addiction where it's like everybody likes having sex. Like, sex addiction is like,
I always say that.
yeah. That's a South Park episode. It's like Ben Roethlisberger and stuff are in it. It's so funny. But so he wrote this book. When was this book published? Was it like recently?
Was it like 2022? It's like fairly recent. Yeah.
He is now the face of Carolina.
He's now it's classic David Tepper move. I gotta be honest though, he was a good offensive coordinator last year. Like, I mean, we clown Baker for like majority of his career, but like he had like his best year under this guy. So.
Are you guys bringing Baker back before we go to break? If you're at Tampa?
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm Tampa,
he had a good season.
Yeah, because at this point too, they're not even in position to draft like another.
And it's
guy.
not like you'd have to. It doesn't have to be this huge crazy deal.
I saw something like it's like 40 mil. It's crazy. I did that one time podcast with those guys, but they're pretty cool. You know, like, we interact with each other on Twitter.
Yeah, did you go back to talk shit?
No, dude, they were not. That wasn't a thing. They weren't gonna do that. Imagine we lost and I invited that guy. There's no fucking way.
Okay, but I want to go back to this David Cannell thing. Like,
you want to find the book?
His wife caught him cheating. Doesn't that sound like the excuse a cheating husband would give? I'm addicted to porn. I can't help it.
Yeah. Well, he was like cheating on her though, like with like having other relationships too. Yeah, porn's not cheating.
I know, but like,
okay.
I have a problem. Like, I'm addicted to sex. That's why I cheated on you. Like, no, maybe you're just a piece of shit who cheated on his wife.
Yeah, new Panthers coach Dave Canales details secret life of pornography addiction, binge drinking, and book. I don't have.
See, binge drinking, like, yeah, okay, but like,
you can be addicted to porn, bro.
I guess
you can.
I mean,
I feel like we've all been teenagers before.
We had a
like, everybody's gotten through it at some point.
I'm trying to find the name of the book. This marriage ? The question that changed everything.
Yeah.
So if you guys are struggling with addiction, I know a guy who was addicted to porn. His wife divorced
what is
him.
like? He watches it like all the time. Like he'd be like, if it was me, I'd be right here having it on.
No, it's not like that. I don't think it's. I mean, it could be that bad.
Like
I really don't know.
A crippling addiction.
I didn't know the guy. Actually, I knew the girl because my boy ended up dating her.
Okay.
It was just because he couldn't like stay active because he was constantly.
Well, I don't know.
Let's go to break.
Let's go to break.
Different strokes.
That's depressing.
Tell us about Planet Fitness.
I'll tell you about Planet Fitness.
How would you get the book and learn?
Planet Fitness is
Give
the
us
home
a
of the
book
judgment-free
review.
zone where anyone, and we mean anyone, can feel comfortable working on their fitness goals. At Planet Fitness, you'll experience a squeaky clean gym that has tons of equipment, a full-body workout in just 30 minutes, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all this for just $10 a month, no commitment. No matter where you are, there's a Planet Fitness close by, more than 50 in Metro Detroit, and thousands more throughout the world. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
What up, Woodward Sports? Dispo Dispensary is bringing you the ultimate experience for the big game in Vegas, and they want you there. You can win 2 tickets to the big game, plus a flight, hotel, and accommodations by following these simple steps. First, follow dispo.michigan, @ShowMedicated, and @ShowMedicatedCBD on Instagram. Like Dispo's pinned post, comment and tag someone you love to bring. Plus, if you repost on your story, you get an extra entry. It's that easy. Join the Dispo family for a chance to score in Vegas. The big game awaits. Follow, like, tag, and repost now.
Planet Fitness, you can get energy without the judgment.
Hi, can you help me with this?
You don't know how to use it?
This is better.
Join now through January 19th for just 24 cents down, $10 a month. Never intimidating, always free fitness training and equipment for every workout. Join today during the Big Fitness Energy Sale for 24 cents down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal extended through January 19th.
Over 50 Metro Detroit locations.
There's some new Detroit swag. It's a new era in sports wearables. I tried to do it. I thought we were all going to do it. Check out Woodward Sports for the latest gear at woodwardsports.com by clicking the shop tab. Hoodies, tees, hats, all guaranteed to turn heads. Go to woodwardsports.com and click the shop tab today. I thought we were all going to do the merch thing.
Merch?
And then I did it and my voice cracked.
We were laughing. Oh, we didn't even hear you.
Yeah, because I was still muted.
I thought they were reading.
That's why we were
my
laughing.
bad.
We were laughing because of that.
Yeah. No, it threw me off.
Welcome back to World Heavyweights, livewoodsports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, Joe, my guy Spin More Rax. Could you say that we're addicted to the Lions?
No.
Why?
Because we're going a whole winter without them now, a whole summer. Like
We had a whole lifespan without that, though.
Whole lifespan without what?
A playoff win.
So
we're still every Sunday.
Also, we're technically
all
paid
off season.
to do this.
Yeah, and we're paid to do it.
Well, but we had lives before this. We were still fans of the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, we're fans. It's not a debilitating problem, though.
Yeah. Is it, though, with all the hurt that we dealt with?
Yeah.
It felt debilitating at a point. I've had some moments, some meltdowns.
Yeah, but if your life was falling apart because of the Lions, you'd be able to put it down.
Yeah, I mean, I had to give up my season tickets.
Yeah.
I was like, this is a problem. But I was
There you
addicted.
go. You fixed yourself.
See?
I mean, you might be. I'm not.
So his way. So because you tell David you're not addicted. You're just a fan of porn.
Yeah. I was a fan of cigarettes. I put those down.
I guess so. Jumping in some football talk though. NFC North news. Caleb Williams allegedly does not want to play for the Chicago Bears.
I saw that his agent said he didn't say that.
So what I seen was the initial news from Colin Cowherd, and then on the way in I listened to YouTube. After E&E was over, it bumped over to a Cowherd clip where he got called today, and they're like, "Yo, we didn't say that. We're not anti-Chicago," but obviously it was said. It wasn't denied that they didn't say it. It was just like, we're not anti-Chicago. We were all about the positivity, like just trying to save face there a little bit. But something was said. Like, I mean, a guy like Colin Cowherd doesn't just come out and say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't say that somebody told me this. No, not that level, man. He's too far above that, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know.
I feel you. I'm just not putting it totally out of the realm of possibility because he does sometimes lean into some clickbait stuff. I like Colin Cowherd, but he does lean into some, jump off the fence takes.
I mean, it happens a lot. Like Kendrick Perkins said that Jonathan Kuminga was 7'2", because he saw a meme about it.
That's not the same as somebody called me up and told me. Because it's not the same at all.
He said people I've been with or people that have been around the guy have said that he's 7 foot tall now.
Yeah. I don't know the extent of the Perkins thing. But
that was literally what he said.
This is not the same. This is like a source, like somebody like speaking to Colin Cowherd from his camp.
Yeah, but he could have seen a meme like Perkins did, and then been like, "People told me."
Yeah.
Like,
so you think he's just capping?
It could be.
I don't.
Saying it's possible.
I mean, I just you don't do that at that level. It's like a nationally syndicated station. You're on Fox.
Kendrick Perkins did it.
Yeah.
Like you know
Skip
how
does it.
quick you get, I don't know, you would just get destroyed. Skip, what does Skip do?
He says a whole bunch of shit all the time just for clicks. Like literally, we talked about it on the show. He'll literally just state opinions for.
Yeah, opinions, but this ain't like this is like someone called me and told me this. Yeah. It's not like, oh, I heard this or saw this,
but
or like
Skip
whatever.
will do that to make up a point about his Cowboys or some shit.
No, he don't.
I don't know. Bottom line, do you think he would be smart to not want to play for Chicago? Because I think they got they got good pieces, and
but they do not have a good track record of cultivating a quarterback in his talent. It has been proven. They have never had a 5,000-yard passer in their existence. Like the Bears are not a notoriously good home for quarterbacks.
I think Jay Cutler's their best,
probably
ever. Yeah.
Is it 5,000 or 4,000?
It might even be 4,000.
I'll check that for you.
Yeah, it might even be 4. To be honest with you, so here's the other part of it. Did you listen to the Cowherd clip from when he initially said it?
Mm-mm.
So the other part of it was, so he's from the D.C. area, and obviously the Commanders did like pick 2. And like this isn't foreign territory for the NFL. Like if I'm not mistaken, Eli Manning wanted to go. I think the Chargers had the
yes,
pick.
Yeah, he said no.
Yeah, exactly. Which I hated that, by the way. I thought that was like, I mean, I wasn't old enough to remember or like have an opinion on it, but I think that's just bullshit. You haven't proved yourself in the league to have that type of opinion. But what you found the Chicago Bears thing?
Yeah, 4,000 yards. They've never had a quarterback throw for over 4,000. Only team in NFL history.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Like I could see 5,000 because 5,000 actually is a lot. Like as good of a season Goff had this year, he didn't throw for 5,000, and I think he was like what, 3rd in yards or 2nd in yards. But 4,000, that's different.
Yeah,
that is
bad.
Different. Yeah.
It's bad, and I don't have a problem with it really. Like, it's just saying a fact. I don't want to play for the Bears. I wouldn't want to play for the Bears either. Fuck the Bears.
Yes, but in a roundabout way, this could. I feel like it almost could spell trouble for the Detroit Lions, just as like an NFC North rival to them. Just because at that point, if someone's moving up at number 1, again,
yeah,
they're
Bears are getting more shit.
Yeah, dude. And, like, the same way we're kind of built with, like, young rookie contracts, they could do the same. I don't think Justin Fields has to be signed to anything huge if he does get re-signed, just because, like, he hasn't really.
So you'd rather them just run with Justin Fields?
I'd rather them get Caleb Williams to kind of, like, delay them a little bit.
Yeah.
Because our fucking unfinished business last dance, I don't know what we're calling it. Train. Is Dave Canales video? What the fuck? Train.
Yeah, the Lions train. You've never heard that used as a saying before? Get on the train.
I'm talking about.
You see literally like our, like that is a train motion.
Teach me how to. Anyway, no, I want that phrase to mean something like to a championship. Like this is it. Like this is like the final, like the finality.
The train to a championship.
Completion. Train to completion.
The Polar Express with that hot chocolate.
No, they're drugging kids on that one. Either way, what would you rather them do? Oh, we broke it down. It's a conspiracy.
We did break it down.
It was wild.
Booner was not happy.
It was a bad night for Booner.
Yeah, that was not a good night for Booner.
His favorite movie or something?
It was one of them.
He loves that movie. He watches it every year. And when we broke down that they were drugging kids with hot chocolate, he got really upset.
Being a rival of the Bears, though, what would you rather have to deal with? Them drafting Caleb Williams and him being like what he's expected to be, or them keeping Fields?
I would not want them to draft Caleb Williams. If he becomes what he's expected to be, he's going to be a generational quarterback. And I would not want that on the Bears, no.
Mm-hmm. Nick?
Yeah, the Bears are absolutely looking dangerous no matter what they do. There's no other way around it besides the fact that they are the Bears here. I mean, Justin Fields, I saw in Sports Illustrated, he's projected like $42 million when he does re-sign, unless he blows up this year. But they can trade him for, like, say, a second rounder, go with Caleb Williams, and then they also have the 9th pick.
That's fair.
To either get an offensive lineman, so the same things that happen to Justin Fields don't happen to Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
Or you get another piece to add on the outside, like a Romo Duze. So that's looking scary, and they have the 8th most cap. So no matter what happens, the Bears are going to be a contender in the NFC North very soon here.
That's a great point. They're cooking either way. Mm-hmm. Because even if you trade Fields, you're getting something.
Yeah, I'm not scared of the Bears, though. I'm more scared of the Packers than I am the Bears.
No way.
Oh, yeah. This season, yes.
I'm more fearful of the Bears than the Packers.
How? The Packers were
You're
in the
scared of
second round
Desmond
of the
Ritter,
playoffs.
so we don't really care what you're scared of.
Never scared of Desmond Ritter as you drive a narrative, just like you're doing now. But no, I'm definitely listen. The Bears are built to beat us. Like we should have lost that game in Ford Field. The Packers, as much as like we did lose that game at Ford Field on Thanksgiving, they were still within that game. Like the whole second half, I think the Packers only had like 100 yards worth of offense or something crazy like that. I don't think they scored any more points at following like the second half either. Like we could have came back in that game.
We could have, but we didn't, and we lost.
Yeah, but it wasn't like we actually got our asses whooped. Versus like the second time we faced the Bears, we kind of got our asses whooped.
I mean, yeah, but the Bears are the Bears. Like I'm sorry, like they're built terribly right now. Like they have the ability have the ability to become good, but what have they given you in their history to really think that they're going to get it right with the quarterback, that they're going to get it right with the
Caleb
weapons
Williams
around?
Yeah, and Brian Ruth says they're saying Caleb is the next Mahomes. No way I want him in this fucking division. Yeah. It's true. Like you said, if he becomes who he is supposed to be, no, I do not want him on the Bears.
Just the fan says I'm scared with bears with lasers on their head.
That is true.
That'd be pretty fucking scary.
I'm scared of orcas. It's top 5 fear of mine.
How about an orca with a laser on its head?
That's even worse.
That's way worse.
That's top 3.
No, I think it's foolish to dismiss the Bears as like not coming up in this division.
I don't think anybody's saying that. I just think I'm more scared of the Packers
right now.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not. I'm the same. By the way, I'm the guy who was telling you guys the Packers would be like straight like last year.
Yeah.
Like I had them as the second best team in the division.
Do you think the Bears are going to be better than the Packers next year?
Yeah, I think the Bears. I mean, they have so much to build on. I mean, whether they keep this first round pick or they don't, I mean, they require like another piece, whether it's for Justin Fields or Caleb Williams to build on. Last time they did that, they got DJ Moore as a part of it, plus the top 10 draft pick. I'm sorry, the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They can just repeat that on top of having the amount of cap space they have. Like Nick
That's
said.
what I would do.
What?
If I was the Bears, I would trade that pick. I'm not taking Caleb Williams.
Why?
I'm trading that pick and getting 2 more first-round picks.
Yeah. Well, and I don't really know for sure, but I still think I don't know if it wouldn't be 2 firsts for sure, but I think you can still get a first.
Well, you get a first this year and a first next. Oh, for Justin Fields.
Yeah.
I don't know because you have to pay him.
Yeah.
He still has not been able to prove that he can throw the ball consistently.
I still think you get a first for him. If I'm Atlanta, at least, and you're sitting there because they're drafting 8th or something like that.
Yeah, I think they are 8th. Yep.
I think they're drafted 8th for 3 years in a row now. But either way, if I'm them, I would give up that 8. Like, who the fuck are you gonna get that 8th pick? Get Justin Fields, or maybe a future first.
That'd be crazy if they could have got Lamar. They pass on Lamar and then they go get Justin Fields.
Yeah, I know. Well, the Lamar thing was definitely.
But they got Desmond Ridder. He's the best quarterback in the league.
They definitely got. They could use a future first.
Yeah.
Or the Lamar thing was different too because he's franchise tags. So the Ravens could have matched it.
But I'm saying
no, I feel you.
To say just straight up.
No, that was somewhat collusion.
Yeah.
That was weird. The Lamar thing.
If you're the GM that passes up on Caleb Williams though, and he turns out to be what everyone thinks that Caleb Williams is going to be, you're out of a job, no doubt. I don't think that's a guy you pass on here.
The Bears passed up on Patrick Mahomes for Mitch Trubisky, so they're used to doing that shit. They do it all the time.
True, but coming out, it wasn't known as a generational prospect, Patrick Mahomes. It was taking a shot, no doubt there. I mean, Mitch Trubisky obviously blows, but I think if you cannot pass on Caleb Williams if you're the Bears here. You obviously made a smart trade last year, getting the extra first-round pick that turned into the number 1 pick. I think you got to cash in and reset the quarterback clock if you are the Chicago Bears.
Yeah. No, I found them. I'm drafting them. I don't
that's
fuck.
why I don't
the whole Eli Manning thing too. That's why I was lost on that when they're like, Eli demanded the trade and the Chargers gave it up and it's ended up the Giants. Well, I'm the Chargers. I'm sorry, it's my pick, bud. Fuck you.
Eduardo says Ridder at home is a different beast. Yeah, at home he's a hamster and on the road he's a gerbil. The dude's not good either way. I don't care if he's at home or on the road. He's not a good quarterback.
They should go get Justin Fields.
Probably the worst starting quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah. Yeah.
Him or Mason Rudolph.
He's definitely in the conversation. That's for damn sure. Yeah. We do gotta go to break though. When we come back.
Bryce Young as well.
Ooh, shots. Not a Bryce Young believer.
I wouldn't put Bryce Young there yet.
I was a big CJ Stroud guy, so.
Let me tell you about Lady Jane's. Come to Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically enter to win a trip of your dreams and all expenses paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament. That's right, no expenses spared for you and 5 of your best friends. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Feel alive during Feldman Chevrolet's biggest New Year's sales event ever. Get the best prices on our huge selection of award-winning Chevrolets. Like this 2024 Equinox for $188 per month. Or this 2024 Silverado for $268 per month. It's the New Year sales event going on now at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Thank you to all the fans for making Woodward Sports your #1 online destination for Detroit sports. We promise not to drop the ball.
Planet Fitness, you can get energy without the judgment.
Hi, can you help me with this?
You don't know how to use it?
This is better.
Join now through January 19th for just 24 cents down, $10 a month. Never intimidating, always free fitness training and equipment for every workout. Join today during the Big Fitness Energy Sale for 24 cents down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal extended through January 19th.
Over 50 Metro Detroit locations.
Feldman's Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer with over 18 locations, one right in your backyard. Visit FeldmanAuto.com to find the one nearest you and check out the best car buying experience in the game. Also, Woodward Sports live every Monday at Feldman Chevrolet in Novi. What up, though, and welcome back to the Woodward VOH live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, my guys, more Rax.
What up, though?
Chris.
Yeah.
What?
Can't even say my name.
Unky Nick. I was already dreading getting to that one. Not because of you. I just mess up the name every time it's not JB.
It's all good.
Damn, bro.
I watched the Glorious Bastards last night.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's a
Donnie fucking Wallowitz knocks them out of the park.
Yeah.
That's the best scene.
It's a great movie.
Or when they get Christoph Waltz and like they make the deal and then he carves the swastika in his head.
Oh yeah.
He's like,
wait.
I've been chewed out before. You'll be killed for this. Nah, more like chewed out.
I've been chewed out before.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's a great movie.
Dude, Brad Pitt's the man in that movie. Literally the man. Like one of the biggest like I'm him characters that I've ever seen in a movie.
He's sitting at the table after the capture. He's like,
yeah. And the bar scene, dude. The bar scene's
the bar
so
scene's
good.
the best.
Yeah,
that was great. Moving on. Germans do 3 like this, by the way, in case you're wondering.
The German 3. This is the German 3.
This is the German 3.
Try whiskey.
Anyway, we went over the Caleb Williams stuff. I wanted to play a little bit of February's here. It is the month of love. I wanted to play a little Tinder with you guys. All right. I want to do some free agent acquisition Tinder. Swipe left, swipe right.
Okay.
On these defensive backs available. Maybe we'll do this again next week with edge rushers.
How do we know if we get a match?
You'll see. We'll see. This is just, you don't know until they hop on their phone. You find out. Can you three cam this one, Chris, if you don't mind? Just one at a time with these.
They're not going to come in clean with the 3 cam. I'll overlay.
Just put overlay.
Okay. That's fine. How do you want to do
you care which one first, or
do not care?
And Chris, I'm going to put something in Slack for you to play.
Is there any corny music we could play, Nick? Any like corny, like love, like
step on down.
Yeah, come on down.
I'll try to find something.
Free agent Tinder.
All right. You ready for the first one?
As a kid, I used to get the Pokemon song stuck in my head for like fucking weeks. It'd be scary. I thought it was crazy.
Let's see it.
All right. Number one.
Number one. Kendall Fuller. This free agent is you acquire him at $14 million per year.
It's courtesy of Detroit Lions on Tap, by the way.
Shout out to Danny Bennett, Detroit Lions on Tap. He makes phenomenal graphics for these Detroit Lions possible free agent acquisitions. But here's Kendall Fuller at $14 million a year spending. He's swiping left or swiping right?
I'm swiping left.
Swiping left?
Swiping left.
No.
Kendall Fuller does not do it for me.
Tell us why.
He's ugly.
It's just not cute.
Just not my type. I'm into more of a short term. I don't really want a long commitment with a guy. I think Kendall Fuller's looking for something serious, more of a long commitment. I'm just looking to have some fun, make a run, get some of that business unfinished, have a couple nights stand, and I don't know if Kendall Fuller's ready for that. I think he wants a commitment, and I'm not ready for that.
Nick, Kendall Fuller, $14 million a year. You swiping left or swiping right?
14 mil.
I believe that's the number, yeah.
Left is pass here.
I believe so. I haven't Tinder.
Don't act like you don't use Tinder.
You got a girl.
Yeah, you guys know I'm wifed up here. So left.
Left.
Yeah, left.
I'm out. Next player for me. Yeah, hard pass. 14 million. We can get a lot better players for that.
How in the actual PHUCK is Kendall Fuller's estimated market value $14 million?
I don't know.
When has he ever been good enough to be worth $14 million? All due respect. I mean, maybe the market is driving the prices a little bit higher, but $14 million for Kendall Fuller?
He does not do it for me.
Did the Commanders have the worst secondary in the league this last year? The worst offense or defense?
Yep, it was pretty bad.
And he's worth $14 million. That's crazy to me.
I like this one.
I am swiping left.
Right.
I can hear him.
You ready for the next one?
Yeah,
let's see the next one.
Put the next bachelor on the board.
Put him up.
Bachelor number 2.
We have Jalen
take down my
Johnson.
thing real quick.
Yeah. There's no way you put the red thing in the box and in that.
No, because they're vertical, not horizontal.
All right, bachelor number 2.
We'll
Okay, Detroit Lions on tap. 15.7 mil. All right, you can put me back up there. I'm swiping right. Give me some Jalen Johnson. I like it. I like it a lot. This might be a winner. Bachelor number 2, come on down. Have a seat. We're for the interview process. I'm swiping right. Jalen Johnson's the type of guy I could see me having a long-term commitment with. Jalen Johnson's the type of guy I would bring home and introduce him to my parents. Jalen Johnson is the type of guy that I would swipe right on. Come on down.
Nick?
Oh, yeah. Picking him up, going to the door, knocking on it, AP, second team All-Pro, Pro Bowler. We need a shutdown corner. I'm going to the fanciest steakhouse dinner to secure this one.
Hell yeah.
Let's go. Easy. What are you thinking on Jalen Johnson? I'm swiping right.
I'm swiping right.
Oh, come on down.
She's a beaut. She's got the brain. She's got the brawn. She's got it all. The price makes me hardest of all. $15 million for an All-Pro. That's where are they getting these prices, Danny? Are you getting them from? This got to be Spot Track numbers.
Spot Track, yeah.
Listen, I think the highest paid quarterbacks right now, Yair Alexander, $21 million. I'm looking at it right now, actually. There's no way that guy's only going for 15, in my opinion. He's getting paid for 20. But even if it's at 20, if I put that number at 20, you still swiping right?
Yeah, I'm swiping right. I'll tell you what, at the $15 million, I might use my super like on him.
That's
Nick,
a lot.
You still swiping right if it's 20?
Yeah, I am. I think we need a shutdown guy, and if you don't have to go to the draft to get it in the first round, absolutely. We need a shutdown cornerback on this team, and then we can maybe go D-end or offensive line with that first rounder.
Who's next?
I'm swiping right all day.
Who's next?
Everything he said about me, the All-Pro, everything he was. Oh, yeah, we got to. Damn.
We go to break. We'll find some more.
All right, we'll do some more.
Tell
at the
us
break.
about your meat.
Well, you're swiping tender. You want to tenderize your meat at the same time? The best place to go is Fairway Pack Company. For over 60 years, we provide Michigan's finest hotels, restaurants, and casinos with the prime Wagyu beef, dry-aged beef, and more. Visit online, get it delivered to your door at fairwaypacking.com or stop for grab-and-go steaks in Grosse Pointe.
How would you like to win not one, but two vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome. A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports. You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper. Tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media. Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights Tender Show. Hey, Valentine's Day coming up.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to be pretty whorish for the rest of these guys because I want somebody really bad at that cornerback spot.
Real quick on the Jalen Johnson stuff. This kid's a dog. He's one of the best corners in the league. There's no way I think it's like at $15 million, but I'm grabbing him all day.
I'm super liking that if it's at $15 million.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you guys think the Bears let him walk?
Fuck no. They got so much money. Why would, you know what I'm saying? Like,
not a chance.
Yeah, no. Listen, shout out to Danny for making these, but him and there's somebody else to put out there too. I'm like, those guys aren't going to hit.
Who's next?
Not going to hit them. Will you slow down? We got to make segments out of these damn things.
I mean, we only got two on the last segment.
Man. All right, let's do the next one.
All right, here's the next one.
Who do we got up? Bachelor number 3, Adoree Jackson at $11.3 million. Adoree Jackson, coming out of New York, lives a lavish lifestyle. He likes to spend a lot of money on expensive things. Not a cheap date at all. At $11.3 million price tag for a subpar cornerback. Easy. How are you feeling? Bachelor number 3.
You know, I'm not in love with her. I know I'm looking, but I'm not desperate. You know what I'm saying? I'm really not. We were just in the NFC Conference Championship. I got a couple side pieces right now. I could possibly get back with my ex, Emmanuel Mosley. I just don't know if I'm adoring Adoree Jackson personally. No, not at $11 million.
More like a Don'ty Jackson, am I right? Because I'm swiping left. I'm sorry, Adoree, but you're not adorable to me. You got to get out of here at that $11.3 million price tag. I'm good with Cam Sutton and Kendall Vilder for that price. Adoree Jackson, you got to Adoree. I don't know. I ran out of puns, but it's still. I'm swiping left on Adoree Jackson. You can forget about it. Stay in New York with Maz and the Giants.
Is he good? I mean, is he nice
not
like
bad.
that?
Yeah, he's pretty good.
11.3 million. I don't know about
I
that.
don't need another cornerback 2 on this team. I don't need another average cornerback on this team. I'm looking for a stud. I'm looking for somebody who'll be there every night delivering the mail. Adoree Jackson, you do not fit that bill. I'm sorry, but you have to move to the left.
Nikki?
Hard left on this one. Not a chance I'm signing him. We paid Cam Sutton 3 years, $33 million, so he was getting 11 mil per. And I believe, even though he got torched at the end of the year, that he's a better cornerback. And I think Sutton slides to the 2 spot once we finally find that number 1 guy.
You know, swipe left.
Swipe
Chris,
left.
Did we ask you on any of these guys? I apologize.
No, you didn't. No, it's okay.
Do you want to speak on anyone, Pat?
I'm happy to be a part of the show. I'm just happy.
All right.
Happy to be
Are
here.
you swiping right on Jalen Johnson?
On Jalen Johnson,
I'm gonna put at 20 mil though. I think that's more realistic with his contract. No.
You don't tell me what to do.
Yeah, don't tell me how to spend my money.
Yeah.
No, I'm good on all of these so far. I really just, when it comes to it, I want the Lions to make the move through. I just feel like the trade,
Draft.
like the free agent hasn't impressed me in the cornerback spot. I think that the ones that are really out there on the market aren't necessarily obtainable for the Lions, the top tier ones that you need.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting for the Jalen Ramsey type move to be the veteran CB that you can rely on for 1 or 2 years to become available, or drafting or finding one in the draft. I'm trusting Brian Holmes to do that, and I'm taking the money and using it elsewhere.
I like that, Chris.
I'm just dancing. I look at Nick and he's dancing. I look over to you and you're dancing.
Hey, you found it, Nick. This is the one.
This is the one.
Shout
this
out,
is the bopper.
dude. I had to play it like low key at first.
Yeah.
Let's go.
You're swiping left on everyone so far? It sounds
Everyone
like Chris?
so far. Not
Okay.
impressed. None of these boys stand out.
All right, let's see. Bachelor number 4. Who's hiding
Bachelor
behind
number
door
4.
number 4?
Actually, give me 1 second to cook it up.
Damn it, Chris.
No, it's all right. We gave him a tall task.
Spencer and Eazy, would you guys be willing to part ways? Would you guys be willing to part ways?
Choose your character.
Yeah. Would you guys be willing to part ways with the late first that we do have for a proven number 1 cornerback?
It depends who we're talking about.
Yeah, that's the part. I don't think any of the guys that I would want would be of that value. Like Sauce Gardner, no way. Who else is out there? Number 1 cornerback.
Choose your fighter.
Patrick Surtain. I mean, maybe actually. Does he go for that?
I would do it for Surtain for sure.
But do you think he goes for, like, you know what I'm saying? I think he goes for more than just pick 29
it's going to take
in
more
the
than
first
pick
round.
29 to get a guy like
You know what I'm
Patrick
saying?
Surtain.
Right.
Denzel Ward. Yeah, I don't know, man.
You ready for Bachelor number 4?
Bachelor number 4, come on down.
Bachelor number 4, say no more.
Stephon Gilmore,
Hey.
Bachelor number 4. Looking at an $11.1 million price tag. This Bachelor has been through the game, coming off of a very, very short relationship with the Dallas Cowboys. Stephon Gilmore is battle-tested and ready for a new beginning with a fine, fine team. He might be ready to take a discount to Ring Chase because you know this Bachelor isn't getting any younger easy. How are you feeling about Bachelor number 4?
She's old. She's foxy.
She's been around.
But she still got trotsy, okay? She still got some in her.
She's still got moxie.
She still got moxie. I think I might flirt with this one a little bit. Yeah, I'm not in love with the price tag. I do want a little bit of a speedster at some point to get a guy who can cover Justin Jefferson, and maybe I should go and look and see if he can guard him this year.
I think he can cover Justin Jefferson.
I think nobody can guard Justin Jefferson, if I'm being honest with you. But someone to at least contain him from breaking records against us and keeping the Vikings in the game. We're going all in this year. If you're grabbing other pieces to it, I have no problem paying Stephon Gilmore $11 million. So I'm going to swipe right.
Bachelor number 4, looking at her. She's been around the block. She's been used and abused by a couple different players in the game.
I thought there was going to be a rhyme there. You sick nasty.
Got some tread on her tires, but I'll tell you what, she still knows how to work that thing, baby. Bachelor number 4, you flirt with her, you send her a little. This isn't someone you're trying to bring home. This isn't someone someone you're giving a ring to. This is someone you take home for one hot, steamy night in a motel room and forget about it the next day.
Oh, God.
Bachelor number 4, give me a 1-year contract with Stephon Gilmore.
She's old. She's a fox, but she still can try. Nick?
Spenny, couldn't have said it better myself. This is a one-and-done type player right
One night
here.
stand.
1-year stand. You give him the bag. That $11 million, I certainly would give it a go. Not somebody you're going to keep around for a long time, but I'm 100% giving him a 1-year deal to put him in this secondary. Yeah. Swiping right.
Chris?
Bachelor number 4. I finally found a man that impresses. I'll be honest with you. That price point, that's the price point I like. Not too fine. Don't gotta do all the whining and dining. Just
just 69.
Yeah, just good with some good Red Robin. Red Robin for the third date. Nothing crazy there. 1-year commitment. I like it. I'm with that, and then you get Mosley for a depth piece, kind of have some little bit of side option.
I like it. And as Chris loads up Bachelor number 5, let's break down our likes so far. So we don't
have a 5th Bachelor.
That's it? It's just those 4?
Just those 4.
So I was trying to get you to pace yourself.
Bachelor number 4!
But you go too fast.
So you've got them all lined up in front of you. All ready to go.
Bachelor number 5 here. Question for you boys.
Let's go.
Emmanuel Mosley.
She's got false teeth, says Nicholas Duncan.
Emmanuel Mosley. 2 broken knees at this point.
Emmanuel Mosley,
2
man.
ACL tears.
Now talk about a cheap date.
She's a cheap date. I'm taking her out.
Bachelor number 5 is a cheap date. We're talking about McDonald's drive-through dollar menu, and then you get some schlop in the car. Bachelor number 5 might be the funnest night of them all, and if it really works out, that schlop could be the life-changing thing. You might put a ring on it at the end of it. So Bachelor number 5, it's either a toothy blowjob in the drive-thru or the best night of your life. You never know what you're going to get if you sign up for that cheap date.
All right, boys, you're taking one of these home. Just a refresher here.
Bachelor number 1, Kendall Fuller.
Swipe him left.
Get out of here. You can get Fuller somewhere else. Jalen Johnson, I like it. I'm swiping right. Give me the super like on that one. Bachelor number 3, Adoree Bull to somebody other than me. You might want to find a job somewhere else. And Bachelor number 4, Stephon Gilmore, treated and used like an old... Yeah. So I think Stephon Gilmore, you can flirt with that. I look at it this way.
Think he'd be a CB1?
Yeah.
Stephon Gilmore still got to be a CB1?
I think so.
What were you saying? You saying you look at it?
I look at it in this way. Jalen Johnson.
You can stop talking like that.
Jalen Johnson would be the one that you bring home for a long time. That's your commitment. That's your love. You're tied to that for a while. You might be writing a book about your porn addiction with that as the result if you bring home Jalen Johnson. But Stephon Gilmore,
I don't think that makes sense.
That's just a cheap one-night stand. You bring him home, you wear him out, and you send him away. Stephon Gilmore is something you don't even got to worry about. Doesn't affect the books in the future. Just a little fun on the side.
Well, Stephon Gilmore, it's funny too because he is older, right? And like if you do get those older girls, like they're kind of cool, just like.
And they know how to work it.
They know their place.
They know the role, right? And they're cool, just like going home after. They know what it is.
They know their place.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been around the game long enough to know what it is.
You call them an Uber, you slap them on the ass on the way out, and you say, "Thanks for playing, darling."
In this scenario, I'm saying, you're chasing a ring because we're looking for a Super Bowl ring, but like she knows, just
Baby,
so are you looking to commit to a long-term relationship with one of these bachelors, or are you trying to have a great night with a wily old lady?
Oh, if I had to pick one, Jalen Johnson. Give me the guy who's got star potential.
You heard it here, folks. This man Eazy is ready to get locked down for a long time with Bachelor number 2.
So you guys just said Jalen Johnson there. Are you willing, because he is young, are you willing to make him the highest paid cornerback in this league?
Do you classify him as that caliber of cornerback?
Oh, I think so.
Nick?
He's 24. He just had second team All-Pro and a Pro Bowl. I mean, you're not going to get better than that.
Are you worried about a flash in the pan with Jalen Johnson? Maybe
in a contract year.
Maybe he's photoshopping his pics. Maybe those tits aren't as good in real life. Are you worried about that contract year flash in the pan for the young man? Well, Stephon Gilmore, although he's getting up there, he's been proven to satisfy many different people in many different situations.
No, I'd be cool with making him the highest paid if I had to. If that's what we have to do to make it work, yeah. I mean, he's young enough to where, like, he's going to be here for a while. I'd lock him down. I have no issue doing that. I hate that he's a former Chicago Bear. I don't like that, but we accepted Monty, right? So we've been abused by Jalen Johnson in the past, so it's tough. He picked off golf in that away game this year. But, no, I'd be cool with it. Nick?
Yeah, I mean, we have to lock down a number one cornerback. It's not going to be cheap to do it. You're either going to have to trade up in the first round, and if you think he is that guy, say like a Kool-Aid or the guy out of Toledo, I forget his name, but you're going to have to pay a guy in free agency if not. So that is the number one need on this team, as we saw in the NFC Conference Championship.
Reading some comments in the Woodward Sports chat. They all kind of got sexual because Spinny's talking about toothy blowjobs.
Hell yeah.
She's an eater in the car. She's still an eater. That's a win.
She's an eater.
All right, so I have no problem.
She's an eater. She's a keeper.
It's all sexual innuendos. I was hoping somebody say they want to keep one of these guys or not.
RJ Graham says Gilmore not for that price. He will last a few years working with his brother.
But we're talking about getting 1 year, RJ. You're not willing, because listen.
MPWMU.
So I'm calling the last dance. We get something cooler.
MPWMU says I plugged the toilet at Red Robin once.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Shout out. We've all been there.
I once knew a GB from Nantucket. I don't even know what that means.
Well, we know our crowd, that's for sure.
That's for damn sure. All right, let's go to break. When we come back, Doc. Oh, yeah, we got Doc Macaroon to get back. Yes.
Let me tell you guys about Jag Labrador. RIP to the same old Lions. Big thanks to Brad, Sheila, and Dan for putting them to rest. And guess what else has found its grave? Same old rock, paper, scissors. Jag Labrador has revolutionized that tired game with 2 new symbols and a franchise-changing 3-point play. Discover the action at jaglabrador.gg now and find out why once you go Jack, you never go back.
Have you ever wondered where all the finest restaurants get their steaks? It's Fairway Packing Company, providing Michigan restaurants, hotels, and casinos with prime beef for over 60 years. But now you can buy these cuts of meat for yourself at the Steak Shop by Fairway Packing Company. Prime porterhouse, A5 Japanese New York strip steak, dry-aged Wagyu beef tomahawk. Delicious. Get to the Steak Shop today. Enjoy fine wine, have a private party, and get the finest cuts of meat anywhere. The Steak Shop on Mack Avenue in Grosse Pointe Woods, or order online, fairwaypacking.com.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
What up, though? Welcome back to World Heavyweights. I'm Eazy, a Spinmo Rax. We got young Chris, Unky Nick, and the TD on the ones and twos. I apologize, but we're also joined by the host of Detroit Sports Podcast, Sports Illustrated's very own, our guy John Macaroon, beat report for the Detroit Lions. What up, man? It's been a minute.
Hey, fellas, what's going on? Are we recovered yet from that disaster with the Lions?
Yes.
The Ben Johnson returning definitely took some salt out of the wound for sure.
How about yourself?
Yeah, it took a couple days. The Ben Johnson news was spectacular. Aaron Glenn coming back as well. The band is back together. So let's do this, man. I think it's a great opportunity to recap what was a great Lions season, but a lot of hope, I think, for the future for sure.
I wanted to ask you, because I've been kind of like coining this thing as the last dance, just because it may end up not being that. Ben may end up being a coordinator for life, but I think we're going to cash one in with him. I think that's like our best opportunity. We have him this year. Possibly, I'm coining the last dance because I think it's Super Bowl or bust. Do you expect the organization to have that same mentality? And with that being said, to kind of be aggressive this offseason at all?
Yeah, look, a general manager's job is super tough. We're going to get a chance Monday afternoon to talk to Brad Holmes. And I think that's going to be one of the early questions is how much, how willing, and how aggressive are you going to be to get this Lombardi trophy to the Detroit Lions? They got the taste, right? You get your first opportunity to get that girl in the bed and you don't close the deal. That's horrible. You know what I mean? And now you want to have an opportunity to go back, add some fresh cologne, hit the weights, and the next time that girl's in that bed, you want to seal the deal, right? And I think that for Brad Holmes and those players, they got the taste. They got the first sneak peek. And everybody, when they get that first sneak peek, whether it's a beautiful lady, whether it's the Lombardi trophy, you got to be more hungry the next time around. And I think this football team with Penei Sewell, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jahmyr Gibbs, Sam Laporta, and Jamison Williams, that offense is going to be lethal. And I think for sure the goal and the mission is going to be seal the deal in 24.
I agree.
Seal the deal in 24. I love that.
Oh, maybe that's the one. Seal the deal.
Seal the deal.
Seal the deal.
I like that.
I like that one.
I think a big factor of sealing the deal is finding that cornerback number one. I think we all like Cam Sutton and what he brings to the table, but I think we've realized that he is not a number one cornerback in this league. How would you go about, or how would you like to see the Lions going about getting that cornerback? Do you think it's throwing money at a guy like Jalen Johnson or I can't remember his name out of Kansas City.
L'Jarius Sneed.
L'Jarius Sneed, or would you like them going in the drafting route and trying to get someone in that first round?
Yeah, boys, here's the crazy part. You recognize the job of a general manager is to put together the best roster possible. And I know that he went out and he signed Emmanuel Mosley, tried to upgrade the cornerback spot, but it just really never really worked out all year. And it was a patchwork. How they got to the NFC title game with Cam Sutton really playing out of position. He's really a number two, playing at a number one spot, getting torched every single week. Whether or not he was fully healthy, you can take a look at it. But when you just look at his size and speed and how he matches up with the best of the best, he's not a lockdown cornerback. So that's what you need. And so I think they should do both. I think that Brad Holmes needs to bring in a veteran to play alongside Cam Sutton. At the same time, you go in the draft. A lot of people are projecting the Toledo cornerback right now at number 29 to the Lions. Tomorrow morning at All Lions, we're going to do a feature on him and take a look at what he brings to the table, what the scouts are saying. Let's see if he's the real deal. So it's interesting to look at what this football team needs. And clearly it's on defense, and you need to upgrade the cornerback spot. Boys, how crazy is it that the momentum changing play in that third quarter is a football that bounces off the helmet of Vildor? I mean, all you got to do is just swat the football away. It's not rocket science. You just can't let the football go into your opponent's hands. It bounces off his helmet, embarrassingly into the opponent's arms, a 52-yard gain. And right then and there, everybody noticed that the momentum shifted, and clearly the 49ers took advantage of the Lions' biggest weakness.
Yes, is that where you're spending the money? I guess, like, where are you more confident to find a stud in the draft? What position, I guess? Would you go like interior D-line, edge, or cornerback? And, like, where would you spend the money with that position, those positions?
Yeah, I look at it like this. Brad Holmes has a clear vision. And I know we all say draft for a position, but the way in which Brad Holmes does it is he looks at the position that the Lions are at. Right now it's at number 29. I think potentially if he finds a player that he likes, he could move up in the draft, might even sacrifice other picks. If he finds a player that they believe is the right fit, has the right amount of grit. And I look at it clearly, you do have a need on the offensive line. If you potentially move on from Jonah Jackson, you still can continue to add depth there. In terms of free agent dollars, they allocated $11 million to Cam Sutton for 3 years, $11 million per. I don't know if they're going to want to continue to invest that level of dollars. So I think maybe they look to a mid-tier free agent in terms of spending. Yeah, where you spend your money? Well, first and foremost, you recognize they're going to take care of Goff, maybe St. Brown and Penei Sewell. And then what's left of that great cap space, I think you got to go and you got to pony up for one of those top edge rushers. I think that if you look at it and you say, hey, if there's a guy in the interior, maybe even a veteran that's a little older that maybe won't cost as much, I think you saw without a clear opposite, Aiden Hutchinson can be neutralized. So, in my opinion, I think you got to spend the money on the defensive line. That's where I think a lot of teams load up. If you can find the right guy, maybe a young cat in the mid-20s that's hungry, that's coming off of a team that's moved on from him. You look at it and you say the defensive line first, then followed by cornerback, which you're going to address in the draft and in free agency, in my opinion.
Now, one thing I wanted to ask here is that when it comes to the draft last year, right? Everybody expected us to do one thing, and we ended up doing a totally different thing. The Lions. Is there anything that you're looking at that kind of we know the needs of edge rusher and corner? Is there anything you're looking at that kind of is like a trick up the sleeve, something that you could see Brad Holmes and this regime doing that not a lot of people are talking about right now?
Oh, for sure. And you look at it, what is Brad Holmes like? He's like pizzazz. He likes Alabama. I could see them targeting a Bama wide receiver. I could see them going to the SEC, finding somebody on the offensive side to make it even more lethal. You look at Brad Holmes, and you look at this league, and it's an offensive league. You saw what the Lions were able to do in that first half. It was crazy. I think everybody was, losing their shit regarding the way in which that first half went for the Lions. I went online and looked at tickets. What the hell was going to cost to get me to Vegas should the Lions win? It was going to cost me a fortune. But I look at Brad Holmes and I say, obviously when you look at it, I think the running back spot is the most clear and safe spot where you don't really need to do much. I think they like Craig Reynolds and David Montgomery with Jahmyr Gibbs. They're going to probably really shine again in 24. So I look at the wide receiver spot. Could be a surprise. Maybe you move on from Josh Reynolds. I know he's a fan favorite, but he's older, and you realize, you can get a young wide receiver with a little bit more speed, maybe a little more reliable in the biggest moment. Dan Campbell said it. He said, look, when you look at a winning team and you start to look at the next year's building of the roster, you can't be too loyal. But what that tells me is, hey, he could take a look at, hey, in the biggest moment, who shined? And it wasn't Josh Reynolds and it wasn't CD Deuce. So you could be looking at, not as a punishment, but saying, hey, you know what? You're an older vet. We can get younger and get a little bit more explosive to complement Jamison Williams and Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Nick?
Hey, John, we all know a Jared Goff contract extension is looming here. When do you expect a deal to get done, and what do you expect that deal to look like in terms of numbers and years?
Yeah, no doubt. It's going to happen. Look, as much as I love to get the production of Jared Goff for cheap, I know everybody loves to get everything for cheap. It ain't going to work that way. Brad Holmes is loyal to his guy. He loves Jared Goff. Dan Campbell obviously indicated, look, this is a quarterback that led this football team through a rough time 3 years ago, and he stuck with it, never caused an issue, gets you 2 playoff wins, and you certainly can build upon that. There is opportunity and room for growth even for Jared Goff. So I'm looking at right now the floor being 4 years, $200 million, average annual salary $50 million. But you can get creative. I think many on your network have looked at it as well, including Braylon Edwards, where maybe you backload it a little bit. You give him a nice hefty signing bonus, try to bring down the cap number in the first year, and you take the hit in years 2 through 4 when you spread it all out. They'll get creative. They got great cap guys there. But if you're Jared Goff, why would you take anything less than 50? I mean, you're clearly better than a lot of the quarterbacks in the league. And you could argue that if you give him the weapons, he can be a quarterback that can get you to the NFC title game pretty regularly. The problem is when you do that, now the expectation is you have to deliver a Super Bowl. And some of the faults that he has, clearly, when defensive coordinators look at him, you say, okay, when it's crunch time, you pressure him, and it looks like a complete disaster. That 4th down throw that he made was so god-awful. It just replays in my head. He scrambles, he gets pressured from the left, and he throws it 2 yards short and no zip. That's terrible. And look at Brock Purdy making $800K, and he's not a world beater, but when he needed to make a key play or maneuver out of the pocket, it's the hardest thing to teach. But if you can just figure out a way when plays break down to just be a little bit better, then Jared Goff can be the guy that can bring it home. I'm more in a prove it mode. I think this is the ceiling with Goff, is the NFC title, maybe a Super Bowl appearance. But in those big games, you need the quarterback to step it up a notch. And he just hasn't shown that he can do it. 3 points in the Super Bowl. And it's just one of those factors that until he raises his game at the biggest moments in the playoffs, $50 million is a lot, but they're going to pay it.
Yeah, I think so too. And going back to that cap space that the Lions have this year that they're going to have to allocate. There's a lot of free agents on this roster that they're going to want to re-sign, and this regime is known for wanting to stick with the guys they have, wanting to bring back the guys they have. We saw them do it last year with guys like Buggs and Kaminsky and Reynolds and different players like that. When I look at it, I think the biggest spot is the interior offensive line of guys they need to re-sign, where Jonah Jackson and Graham Glasgow are both impending free agents. How do you go about working out deals for those two if you're going to sign one of, if not both of them? I look at it of letting Jonah walk and re-signing Graham, because I think Jonah's a little injury prone, and I don't know about locking him down to a long-term contract. How do you feel about those two?
Yeah, I agree 100% with what you're thinking. Graham Glasgow proved this year he was reliable and really fits in well with the group. Jonah Jackson's unique in that he's got a great skill set, but at the same time has some areas of weakness that can be exploited as well. But when they were healthy, man, were they productive. I don't think that, they don't want to re-sign Jonah Jackson. I just think that he's going to command about $10 million a year. And when you look at it, you can get a young player in the draft. You have Colby Sorsdahl as well that you invested in, and they do definitely believe in their draft and develop model. Graham Glasgow, look, the problem is he wants more money, and he's going to be 32 years old. So that might be one of those tough decisions you look at and you say, you know what, just move on from both. And you can get similar production from the draft, or you go out there and find a younger individual to upgrade. If you find an individual out there that can play multiple positions that you feel can go out there, look, it's a ruthless business. And I understand the loyalty factor, but that's the job of the general manager, is to make those tough decisions. And you wonder, does Dan Campbell factor age? And because look, in the NFL, guys, you don't pay based on what they did this year. You pay on what you project them to do next year. And Graham's going to be a year older. Is his body going to hold up? The position's going to be even more demanding. They're going to want to run the football. So if it's me, if you're asking me, I'm a little bit more, I lack the loyalty to the players. I'm whacking Jonah and I'm letting Graham go, and I'm going younger across the board, because in that second half, you didn't handle business. So in my mind, I don't mind if they bring back Graham Glasgow. Okay, he goes from 4.5 maybe to $6 million. If it's reasonable and he takes 1 year, no problem. But if he's talking $7-8 million, wants a couple more years, I'm okay with letting him go, because I trust that Brad Holmes knows what to bring in here from free agents or the draft. You just have to trust what his decisions are. I'm curious to see, because now you'll start to realize how he starts to maintain success. How loyal is he to the guys that were there in 23?
I appreciate you joining, man. And before I let you get going, GM John, what is the number one priority? You can even make it one of these crazy signings if you'd like. What would you do if you were GM of the Detroit Lions?
Oh, man, it's tough, right? All in. I'm an all-in guy. I don't care about 25, 26, 27. We got that first taste. I'm like, okay, get me a great cornerback. Get me one more interior defensive lineman. I would keep CD Deuce. I think that swagger, I make him, I would give him the same amount of money, 2 years, $16 million, $8 million per if he takes it. The biggest priority, is at cornerback. You realize that the Lions gave up so many chunk explosive plays in that NFC title game that it really, once the momentum swung, it was horrendous. They need a playmaker. And I wonder, if Emmanuel Mosley still will factor into this football team coming off of 2 significant injuries. That's a little bit rough, but I think that if you don't shore up the cornerback spot, and just like Matt says, you need a kicker. Fucking A, man. If you can't get a kicker that can kick it 55 fucking yards consistently, that's a problem. That's a position in this league that can be a position of strength. If you can't get a fucking kicker that you say, hey, 53 yards, go handle business, give me my points, you can't do what the hell they tried and did this year by patchwork it and get a kicker that you trust, that he's going to make 85% of his kicks. And for those of you that keep flashing me those stats when we talk about going for points, if you got a kicker on your roster that is less than 45% from 40 to 50 yards or from 45 and beyond, why is he on your roster? That's almost as more embarrassing than it is to keep going for it when you can clearly make field goals. So don't tell me, there's no guarantee he makes it. It's your job to roster a team that is put in a position to succeed. So kicker and cornerback, and you guys got yourself a Super Bowl caliber team, that offense is going to be sweet next year, worth the price of admission all day long.
I like that kid from Bama, that kicker from Bama. I wouldn't mind us seeing us grab him in the draft. I'm not going to lie. John, we appreciate you so much, as always, your knowledge and your insight.
Appreciate you, John.
Before we let you go, why don't you shout out where the people can find your articles, what you got cooking up for the offseason and the draft coverage going forward?
Yeah, absolutely. First and foremost, I'm glad you boys are still around. Whatever's got going on over there, I'm happy I get to I'm happy to fire up the microphone to talk to the crew. Stick around, and I hope you guys stick with it. I always love bantering back and forth. Find me at All Lions. Visit si.com/NFL/Lions, or just type in Detroit Lions SI. Highlights, analysis, videos. We talk about the Lions all the time. We're going to start now turning our attention to the draft. Mock drafts are there, and we do it all, man. So I appreciate you guys letting me fire it up and talk about the Detroit Lions all this time. Anytime you guys want to talk football, I love it. I can't wait. And, man, boys, we got close. We got the panties off. We just couldn't seal the deal.
That's facts, John. We appreciate you as always, man.
All day.
Glad we're all still here. Glad we're over that loss, and we're definitely going to have you on throughout the off season to get some of that draft coverage. Appreciate you, man.
Let's go.
All right, and that is John, the Dog Macaroon of Detroit Sports Podcast. Make sure you guys check him out. He's the man. He's always down there. He knows more than any of us when it comes to on-site, getting the facts, getting there. He's down there every day in Ellen Park. Love John and everything that he pumps out. But first, before we get back into Lions talk, let me tell you guys about Big Boy, because I did have a mock draft I want to show you. But Big Boy is here, and wintertime in Detroit is always better with comfort foods from Big Boy. Try the veal parmesan or the new Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl. How about breakfast? The stuffed potato pancakes are back. The classic lumberjack or Santa Fe Garden. Also, the new apple pie hotcakes are too good to miss. Top it all off with a gingerbread shake for dessert. All that and more at your local Big Boy.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White & Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
Savor the heart of home at Big Boy with our all-new down-home comfort dishes. Feast on home-style goodness with our Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl, veal parmigiana, and apple pie hotcakes. The down-home delight doesn't stop there. Potato pancakes are back. Dive into the richness of our perfectly crafted potatoes with our classic potato pancakes and our stuffed potato pancakes. Top off your meal with our new gingerbread shake, a seamless blend of creamy vanilla and sweet gingerbread flavors. Nothing beats the comforting taste of down-home cooking. Enjoy every bite, only at Big Boy.
Give your pet the best. Premier Pet Supplies, hands down Michigan's best pet store. Same prices and all the conveniences of the online and big box retailers, with one major difference. They are locally and family owned and operated for 30 plus years. Over 60 brands of food with nutrition experts to help you. Same day local curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best. www.premierpetsupply.com.
What up there? Welcome back to World Heavyweights Live on WorldSports.com. I'm Eazy, Spimo Rax, Young Chris, Unky Nick. Smash that like button, be a friend, tell a friend. Smash the like button. Come on, guys. What we doing? Got a couple mock drafts to get to, or at least one for sure, from our guy Mike Payton. And if you guys know Mike Payton, he covers the Detroit Lions from A to Z Sports. But the reason why I picked Mike Payton is because he hasn't told us what it was. Mm-hmm. But it seems as if he's gotten some news from the Senior Bowl that perked his ears up. It sounds like it was good news pertaining to the Detroit Lions. Obviously, that's the team that he covers. And he's updated his mock draft as such. And with his first pick, at pick 29 for the Detroit Lions, he took Devondre Sweat. What'd you make of that, Spinny?
That's my mock
that's
draft,
yours?
Chris.
Okay.
Oh. Idiot.
He took Devondre Sweat.
We'll see. Who'd you take?
Mine was pretty fire. Not gonna lie.
What'd you do?
You want me to throw yours up?
Yeah, you can throw mine up there. So my first pick, I ended up taking Nate Wiggins. He fell down to me there. And then number 29. And then at number 61, Jonah Ellis out of Utah fell down there. I took Zach Zinter with that first third-round pick. And then with the fourth third-round pick, I took Gabe Hall, defensive tackle out of Baylor. He's a 6'5", 295-pound dude. Big hog up there in the middle. So
they didn't like the Jonah Ellis pick.
They did not like the Jonah Ellis pick. I was surprised about that. They gave me a C for Jonah Ellis. I got him 61.
What was projected?
I'm not sure, but he was there. I think Chop Robinson was still there too.
Yeah.
And so that might be why they gave me a C for taking him over Chop. But that's what I took. That was the mock draft I did.
The reason why I wanted to do Mike's, or what I brought up Mike's, is because, like I said, that he had that news at the Senior Bowl.
Yeah.
Bumping shoulders
He said
with coaches.
he wishes he could.
Yeah, I wish he could say, but he couldn't. And obviously he can't say what it was. I haven't been able to get it out of him. So I decided to, like, try to break it down for his mock draft, right? And so I'm looking at his mock draft. In round 1, pick 29 for him, he took Devondre Sweat. That's that guy, the 360-pounder who took my man, just fucking drove him to the ground.
Oh, yeah.
I'm all for that, by the way. A big body bends. Now, him being down there, I think the Lions representation down there is the new defensive line coach, Terrell Williams.
Yes, he is.
I don't know if it's just solely him, or I know he's there for sure. I'm wondering if he's going interior defensive lineman in the draft, in his mock draft, following the information received. Do you think that can mean that we're going to spend some money on an edge and or cornerback? Do you think, like, are we allowed to, like, allow ourselves to dream about some of these tender matchups we were looking?
I think we are.
I think so too.
I think so too. I think they're going to go out there and I think they're going to spend. I think they realize that they're here. Like, they've arrived.
Yeah.
Like, as I said it multiple times, like, this isn't the cute Dan Campbell great storylines anymore. Like, this is they're a contender now, and I think they know that they got to go out there and they need to get some playmakers on that defense if they truly want to make a run at the Super Bowl.
And here's what he said, what he had to say about Devondre Sweat, by the way, too, in case you guys aren't familiar with him. He says, there's no player that was more impressive this past week than Sweat. He wowed everyone with the way he was able to move his 6 foot, 350-plus pound frame. He showed he could rush the passer and stop the run. Whatever he was doing, he was moving offensive linemen around with ease. Sweat came into this week as a late second round or early third round pick. He definitely moves himself up into the first round. He'll likely be there in the first round of everyone's mock draft after this week. The good thing is that there's still a pretty good chance that Sweat could find his way to the Lions at 29, based off what teams ahead of the Lions need. We'll see where things are going at the Combine in March. If he goes off there, we could see him move up more. Do you think he's a first rounder? Or?
I think so. I think he's a first-round talent. I think he was projected like mid-second round the last time I saw, but I think his size, his athleticism, what he can do, I think he's gonna be a guy that shoots up some boards.
So I think when we looked, wasn't it like 364 pounds or something like that?
Yeah.
Or, actually, I'm sorry. I already talked to somebody about this. He actually neglected to weigh in during the whole situation down there. Down there they do the measurements, stuff like that too.
Yeah.
So if he neglected to weigh in, is there concerns with the weight and knowing how Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes process like work ethic and whatnot? Obviously, Jalen Carter showed up overweight for his workout too. Do you think that's something that could like knock him down a notch? I don't know if he's still a first round guy. If I'm being honest with you guys.
I mean, he was never a first round guy.
Yeah.
I don't think he was never projected to be in a first round. I think if anything, it creeps him into the first round.
Would you be mad if they took him first round?
No.
Fella,
need. Right?
Question for you, Spencer. You wouldn't be mad if they took him in the first round. I feel like the production doesn't match up with the player on the interior. I mean, he had 5 sacks in 51 career games.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's a first-round guy when you're going for a defensive tackle spot.
You don't draft off of just simply production. I think we've seen that. Like, I don't think Jahmyr Gibbs' production made him a top 15 pick in the NFL draft. I don't think a lot of these guys, the projection of, I don't think Sam Laporta's production made him the second tight end to come off the board last year. Like, you look at what these guys can do, how they can fit your system and their athletic ability, and there isn't a player in the draft that is a bigger, stronger athlete than he is. He is the biggest dude who can move the most and the fastest. So I think that's what's going to really attract him, this Lions coaching staff.
Yeah, that's a great point there. The thing that concerns me is this team obviously needs pass rush. So if the if the GM Brad Holmes does address that in free agency, I would be okay with this pick.
Yeah.
But if they don't, I need to go edge here, or a guy from the interior that can get the pressure, and I don't believe this guy has been able to bring it in his 5 years in college.
I think with what we've seen with Aleem McNeil and what he did last year, if you put a guy that size and that athletic next to him and have him getting single coverage, because Texas, he is Texas. He was Texas's defensive line, so he's getting double, triple teamed. You look at him next to an Aleem McNeil, in between an Aleem McNeil and Angel Hutchinson, he's going to see a lot of one-on-one matchups with guards. And with his athleticism and his build, he'll be able to win one-on-one matchups on the next level. So I think that's what they're looking at.
Let him cook. So I only know because I played defensive tackle, and I think what gets mistaken is a lot of times is that your interior linemen aren't always meant to like
Put
get
up
sacks.
numbers, yeah.
Yeah, like sometimes they're just meant to command double teams, and I think that's at being at 350 pounds, that's. Or however much he weighs in when it comes time. But I think that's going to be his role, his job. I mean, look at Vita Vea, who's widely regarded one of the best interior defensive linemen in the league. He said he only has 5 sacks in 51 career games. That's a lot of games with lack of a lot of sacks. But Vita Vea's never had more than 6.5 in his career. And he's always played amongst dogs too. I think the idea of drafting him in round 1, if you do, I don't know if he's a first round pick. But if you do draft in round 1 or just take him in general, the idea is that he commands the double team so that you can't draw that extra attention to Hutch. And then Hutch, as many pressures as he had, he's going to these more one-on-one matchups where he's going to win, and vice versa with Aleem McNeil.
With his sheer size and athleticism and the violence that he plays, you put him, like I said, in between Aiden Hutchinson and Aleem McNeil. He's going to be seeing one-on-ones with guards. He's going to win those. He's going to push the pocket. Mm-hmm. He's going to pressure the pocket. And a guy in the middle being that violent, that big, and that athletic is going to open up a lot, because you're going to have the tackle or the center that's going over to help on an Aleem and a Hutch see a single guard struggling with this giant mammoth athletic freak and be like, fuck, I got it. That's where you get that second of hesitation between an offensive lineman that gives the edge rusher the advantage. So I think he would be a big piece in the middle, and I think he could definitely help out both Aleem and Hutch get less pressure on them from the offensive line. Yeah.
And I guess one last point I'd make too that I completely forgot.
Well, we should do Tinder edge rushers on Monday.
Yeah, I'm down.
That was good. I like that segment.
I was about to say. I don't remember what it was.
Let me tell you guys about Guardian Alarm.
I'm proud of you, Chris. That's what
Guardian Alarm will offer you customized solutions from real experts. They're professional technicians. Take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. They also have 24/7 professional monitoring. You can call them anytime, day or night, and know a Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. And of course, they have technology backed by people. Your safety and security is there's technology that's been proven to work and people who have been proven to care. So call them at 1-800-STAY-OUT. That's 1-800-STAY-OUT. And let them know Woodward Sports sent you.
What up, Woodward Sports? Dispo Dispensary is bringing the ultimate experience for the big game in Vegas, and they want you there. You can win 2 tickets to the big game, plus a flight, hotel, and accommodations by following these simple steps. First, follow dispo.michigan, @ShowMedicated, and @ShowMedicatedCBD on Instagram. Like Dispo's pinned post, comment and tag someone you love to bring. Plus, if you repost on your story, you get an extra entry. It's that easy. Join the Dispo family for a chance to score in Vegas. The big game awaits. Follow, like, tag, and repost now.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports. How would you like to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Dispensary is giving away 2 tickets, hotel, and flight to the big game in Vegas. You guys know exactly what we're talking about. Make sure you hit this QR code. Screenshot this if you have to. Hit the QR code. Makes no sense not to enter. 2 flights, 2 tickets, and accommodations to the big game in Vegas. And if you want the manual way to do it, make sure you follow dispo.michigan on Instagram. Comment on their pinned post. Share for an extra entry. Dispo, your local cannabis plug.
UP Metalhead. Michigan fans are so delusional. You are not Alabama. You're only Big Ten good. They beat Alabama 1 time during a down year, you effing moron.
Hey, motherfucker, we're not Big Ten good. We won the national championship. Dumbass, get the fuck out of the chat and get the fuck out of Woodward Sports. Go away. Bitch, national championships is not Big Ten good. It's over. It's done. Fuck you and all your friends. Bitch.
Eat a dick.
Y'all pushed him over the edge. They pushed him. Bitch. That's the best part. The bitch at the end is the best part.
You said bitch though.
Oh man,
I'm so pissed about fucking forgetting what I was gonna say.
Dude,
It's gonna drive me crazy.
if it's important, it'll come back.
No, dude. It's gonna drive me absolutely insane.
You're proud of me.
Yeah, whatever. Fuck it.
Bitch.
Do you want to finish out this draft, or you want to do this the Red Wings Pistons talk?
Let's finish out the draft.
Okay. Second round. God, it's gonna fucking drive me crazy. I don't know what I was gonna say. Second round, he took a guard. He took the guard, Christian Hayes, guard out of UConn. He said the Lions seem like they're likely going to move on from Jonah Jackson this offseason. After downplay and multiple injury issues, Haynes would be well worth the second round pick. He also had a big week at the Senior Bowl, and there was a moment where he really showed that he could be Dan Campbell type of guy when he just balled so hard that his opponent ripped off his helmet and threw it.
Yeah, I saw that video.
I like that.
Yeah, he was hitting him. He blocked him. He held the tackle there for a minute, and then at the end of the play, the whistle blew, and he still was holding on to him, but he shoved him.
Oh, I saw the LSU kid. I'm
ripped
watching
off
right
his
now.
helmet and threw it.
That's Dan Campbell guy.
Yeah, for sure.
That is a position in need. I'm fine.
That
with that
tells
man.
me
what?
Going defensive tackle guard. That means they're signing a corner.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. I think they're signing edge and or corner. Just because, like, if that's what you're taking in the draft, or that's what he's assuming they're taking in the draft, like that's the route they're going. I'm glad that the guard comes in the second round. I don't understand people want to, like, burn these first. Although I guess it is the back half of the first round.
Frank Ragnow,
that's
first
kind of fair
rounder.
too. Frank Ragnow, first round too. There's so many more guys you could look from like the third round on that are the top guards in the league. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Especially here in Detroit, where you have like the Penei Sewell, you have Taylor Decker and Frank, where it's like we've kind of had like a seamless door of people constantly coming in those guard spots, and we still held down like a top 5 like line position.
Yeah.
I just don't know if it's a position you want to burn a first round pick in. We've been able to like hold down the fort.
I would
without
agree
doing
with
so.
that.
But if Brad does it again, it's Brad who's making the choice. So if it happens, I won't have much to say because I trust Brad Holmes at the end of the day. But I'm cool with having the guard in the second round, and I agree with you too. If it's a interior defensive lineman guard, it's for sure edge or corner or maybe and or.
It's a great show. Season 2's coming pretty soon.
I did not know that's a show.
Andor, yeah, it's a Star Wars show. It's the best Star Wars thing to come out since Revenge of the Sith.
All right, this one I don't understand as much, and then I'm actually seeing this for the first time. I only saw the first 2 picks. Mikey Sandstrom, slot cornerback out of Michigan, with the first round 3 pick from the Minnesota Vikings. The only reason, I can make a little bit of sense of it actually. The only reason I guess I kind of lost on it, he's not really an outside cornerback.
No, he's not.
He's a slot cornerback, if I'm not mistaken.
He's too small to be an outside guy. It's a good depth piece. I don't see him. He's not cracking this starting lineup on this defense, though.
Yeah, it's the same way I view, and I guess, depth piece, but I don't know if I'm, filling up, if this is the year, right? If it's like a truly like unfinished business, last dance, however you want to look at it, seal the deal type of year, I guess I'm not drafting depth as early as third round. I'm grabbing guys that I want to like play right now. But his reasoning is most Lions fans are well aware of Sandstrom's credentials. He was a big part of Michigan winning the national championship this season. Sandstrom finished the season with 6 interceptions and 6 pass breakups. He's a scrappy cornerback that can hang with just about anyone he goes against. The thing that holds him back is his size. There's concerns that he might not be big enough to handle some of the bigger and stronger guys in the NFL. The good news is that Lions should have the better situation at corner by that time the draft rolls around.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even... Whoa,
all
a better
right,
situation
Mike.
at corner by the time the draft rolls around.
Uh-oh.
And then we'll have to put Sandstrom outside a bunch of where he can struggle. That might have been the tell.
Oh, shit, Mike.
That might have been the tell.
Jalen Johnson, you are a fucking Detroit Lion.
Stop. Hell yeah. These Chicago's not letting him go.
Legarius Sneed, you are a fucking Detroit Lion.
This has got to be one of them. One of them ones, no?
It has to be.
That might have been the tell, man. And Go ahead, Nick.
No,
You're a Michigan fan
I'm fired up. That's hype. Mike Payton knows
He knows
well.
something.
He knows
Yeah,
all.
yeah.
He knows ball.
Mike Payton, yeah, especially Detroit Lions. Wow. That is a big tell there from Mike.
I think so.
Who do you guys think it is? Or do you think it's potentially in a trade?
That's a great point too. I'm gonna guess L'Jarius, just because I don't Chicago letting Jalen Johnson go.
Maybe
Even Gilmore maybe
bro,
too.
maybe Monty is talking to Jalen Johnson. He's like, bro, I'm
The
telling
water's
you,
better over here,
this
dude.
Detroit shit is way better. Chicago sucks. Come through. I did it. It was the best choice I've ever made.
That might have been a tell, honestly. That good catch by you. I didn't catch that. I was reading it.
Yeah.
And can I say something too?
We know how to
like
decipher not only the head coach of the Detroit Lions, but these beat writers as well.
Yeah, read between the lines.
Come to the heavyweights, man. We know what's going down.
That's a good catch. Can I say something too when it comes like this Sandstrom pick in the Chauncey Gardner-Johnson 1-2? Why?
The Sanchez Hill pick, I don't understand really, other than a depth piece.
He's good.
He's good, but he's not an outside corner in the NFL.
You have Brian Branch your nickel, and you have Fonte Miller-Family at the safety spot.
Yeah.
Why would we need to, burn money on C.J. Gardner-Johnson? Who, by the way, people are like, okay, what's a depth piece? Depth piece. This guy quite literally, the whole reason this beef between him and I is even a thing, quite literally said, no, he's not a rotational piece.
Yeah.
He's a veteran starting guy. Like, it's not.
That is true.
That's not a depth piece signing. He's not. Quite literally told you he's unwilling to be a depth piece, right? Like, what are we doing there?
Ooh.
What?
Ooh.
Lattimore.
Yeah, Eduardo
Lattimore.
O'Neal. That makes sense too. Lattimore might be on the move.
That does make a lot of
sense. We know Aaron
actually.
Glenn used to be his coach. We know Dan Campbell used to be on that coaching staff. Marshawn Lattimore. That'd be pretty nice. He's got a pretty hefty price tag though. He's making $20+ million, right?
I mean, that's what we're talking about paying Jalen Johnson if he came.
Lattimore would be sick. And
Lattimore's 19.4. That's his average annual.
Fellas, I think Lattimore's best days are behind him, though. He's played in 17 games in the last 2 seasons. Little injury prone at this point.
We know Brad Holmes isn't afraid of injury prone
Yeah,
players.
Brad Holmes actually loves him.
His cap hit next year is only $14 million.
That's
Fun fact.
not bad.
However, pre-cut, let's see, go pre-trade, pre-June trade. I'm looking at over the cap. Post-June trade, they could still save some money. That's a great point. Eduardo O'Neal, that's a great point. Maybe it could be a trade. What is the trade value of him? Would you give up the first rounder?
Hell no.
Is he worth a first rounder? No, Nick?
I wouldn't. He's not healthy.
Yeah.
I would not. I mean, I don't know when his injury took place, but he played in 10 games this year.
We took commercial break.
1 pick, 8 passes defended. Would you trade a first rounder Eazy?
I tell you what, I wouldn't be pissed, but I mean, you make a great point in the injury standpoint. You know, like
we saw what happened to Emmanuel Mosley. It ruined our season. If he was playing this season, I think
I don't
it
know if it ruined our
my
season.
bad. No, I'm
I mean,
saying just we needed it in the
though.
biggest in the biggest spot. We didn't have a cornerback that was able to be elite.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
my bad.
definitely be doing some discount shopping. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't give a first for him, but I think you can get him for less than that. I don't think he'd cost a first.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down with that. I definitely think we did find the tell though that the Detroit's probably
Eduardo O'Neal makes a good point. Ramsey went for what, like a third?
Yeah.
That's Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah,
and he wasn't coming off an injury.
Jalen Ramsey like 30-something though, wasn't he?
Yeah, but Lattimore's got to be late 20s, and he's coming off an injury.
28.
So I bet you could get him for a similar price that Jalen Ramsey went for.
Huh? I like that. Tell us about Les Stanford.
Les Stanford, what happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand to offer more products to more people. That is exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC, the same great service that customers have come to know and trust on Woodward Avenue just off the 9 Mile. Check out the Les Stanford in Dearborn today and find the brand you want at lesstanford.com. Les Stanford, find new roads.
At Planet Fitness, you can get energy without the judgment.
Hi, can you help me with this?
You don't know how to use it?
This is better.
Join now through January 19th for just 24 cents down, $10 a month. Never intimidating, always free fitness training and equipment for every workout. Join today during the Big Fitness Energy Sale for 24 cents down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal extended through January 19th.
Over 50 Metro Detroit locations.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network. How would you like to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Are you tired of wearing the same old Detroit sports merch? Nice mute, Nick. It's a new era in sports wearables, new design, amazing appeal, and the ultimate swag. Check out Woodward Sports' latest gear at woodwardsports.com by clicking the shop tab. Hoodies, tees, and hats are guaranteed to turn heads. Get the latest design at woodwardsports.com today by clicking the shop tab.
Real quick, I want to say rest in peace, Carl Weathers. I meant to begin the show.
Oh, yeah.
All-time legendary entertainer. I didn't know he's a former NFL player.
Yeah,
too.
he played for the Raiders.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
He looks like he's built like an NFL player.
He's a monster, yeah.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Carl Weathers, man.
Rest in peace, Apollo
Great
Creed.
actor, a lot of great movies. I don't know about his NFL career, but R.I.P.
Yeah.
Apollo Creed.
Well versed too.
Chops.
Give you Apollo Creed. Yeah, Chops. You know what I'm saying? Fun, a comedy.
Yeah.
Something serious.
He's in Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
So, yeah, everyone kept telling me to watch Action Jackson.
Never seen it.
Never seen it either, but I'm going to watch it now. Moving on. I think the point I was going to make about Tavondre Campbell maybe was that I think there's more proven commodities at edge rusher and cornerback in this free agency class than the draft, which I guess makes sense.
The what?
There's more proven commodities at like edge and corner and free agency this year. Well, always, every year, right? But like this year especially, because typically there's always like either one edge rusher or one like cornerback that's in that top 10. This year there's not really that.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
I think Jared Verse is the best edge rusher,
and I've seen him outside.
I've seen him outside of the top 10. I don't think I think he will be a top 10 pick in this draft, but
yeah.
There's
So I
not
think
many other
strategically
ones.
it doesn't
Normally
make
there's
sense.
like 2 or 3.
Dallas Turner's up there as well.
Edge, right?
Out of Alabama, Dallas Turner.
Dallas Turner.
Yeah, I agree. Do you want to do it? I don't know if he's still even in here anymore. Ski Mask Boy. Been bitching about freaking Pistons and Red Wings talk.
I don't want to talk about the Pistons. I mean, are we talking about Zach LaVine?
Well, I guess when
I'm talking about the Platte Path.
We can talk about the Platte Path, but before we get to that, just real quick, so I can know for myself, or maybe I'll say this for the last one. I'll say it for the last one.
What?
Dylan Larkin in the All-Star game.
Yeah. It was kind of a snub. I mean, he slowed down there a little bit, like the week of the voting.
That shit immediately dropped.
Yeah, he slowed
That's
down
crazy.
the week of the voting a little bit. Yeah, immediately dropped like 30 viewers as soon as.
Fuck you, Ski Mask Boy.
Yeah, as soon as Pistons and Red Wings were mentioned, we just lost like 30 viewers. But it's
31.
Larkin.
Oh my God.
It sucks. It sucks. You'd love to see Larkin there. You'd love to see him making things happen in the All-Star game, but. It's nothing. The NHL All-Star game doesn't really matter. In the NHL, they have to give a representative of each team. So unless you are one of the top teams in their division, the top teams in your conference, you're not going to get more than one All-Star most of the time. And DeBrincat was the guy they went with. He's the star power name. He is the big guy. He was scoring very well. Now, since that snub really happened, Larkin's been on a fucking heater. He's on like a 13-game point streak or something like that. So it's awesome to see that. But now he is in Cabo with the rest of the Wings. They're relaxing. They're having a good time. And I'd rather be there than smelly, stinky Toronto. So
that's fair.
I saw Lucas Raymond's Instagram story. The golf course looked pretty damn nice.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Larkin, I feel like maybe if he didn't get injured, because he was out for those, 4 or 5 game stretch where the Wings were struggling with that. But yeah, Dylan Larkin's been an absolute stud this year for the Red Wings. I mean, he's carrying this team right now.
He's going to be a 30-goal guy. He's going to be a 80, 90-point guy. So it's awesome to see him kind of rounding into form, and you finally give him some top-flight wings to play with, that you see him become that solid 2C that we all knew he could be. And I'm excited to see what he has going forward. And yeah, I do think that him getting injured and missing some of those games and kind of that key stretch of all-star voting was a big part of it.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people too having the same beef with Cade Cunningham not being in the All-Star game this year. But
no,
the same
you won 7 games and he's injured.
Yeah,
no one on the Detroit Pistons deserves to be an All-Star. I don't care if Cade was averaging 30 points a game. You have 7 wins. You don't have an All-Star.
Yep,
I agree.
Speaking of the Detroit Pistons, Chris, you've been waiting for this one all week. It's Friday.
Yeah. You want me to do it?
Yeah.
All right.
Go over. You got to.
All right. So I know you guys have been calling it the Platte path, but I had some conversation with Booner because I thought the OG of the path blessed me with.
He sounds like he's off the path, by the way.
But he is off. Booner is off the
Super
path.
Bowl or bust every year of the Booner path.
Booner's off the path.
After talking to him, out of respect to him and his brand, I'm gonna do the Platte vision. I'm gonna not use the path. I'm gonna leave that to Booner. This is the vision. This is the Platte path. This is the roadmap. I like it too. I mean, I like vision better a little bit, truthfully, but out of respect to Booner. So shout out to the dead, R.I.P. But
Count that baby in a foul.
This is basically, now this is not Booner's path where it's like this is how the Pistons win a championship. This is just how the Pistons should execute the next 6 months and get a lot better. These are the type of moves they should make. This is what I'm looking for. So first up, we got the trade deadline coming up next week, which we're not going to talk about because it's Super Bowl week. But next week is also the NBA trade deadline. Very poor planning on their part. What I'm looking for them to move on guys like Bojan and Burks. I know that Detroit has made it very clear that they're not. But if I'm Bojan, or if I'm the Pistons, the 2 places I'm looking for Bojan that I can thread the needle is number 1, New York. Send them to New York for Evan Fournier. It's almost an even exchange money-wise. And get your picks back. Be like, and that way, New York. That's a great deal for New York. They're really not giving up anything. They're just letting go of something that they have that's so heavily protected they probably won't get anyways. But that allows the Pistons to make their trade their first in future drafts and allow them more flexibility to go and get that star in the summer. And you really just gave up a 34-year-old. Now, if you want to go the path that keeps them competitive this year because you're avoiding infamy. I get that. The team I'm looking at is New Orleans. That's stockpiled with young, good wings. Guys like Herb Jones that have been looked at on the market. A guy like Najee Marshall that's making $4 million that I think is a damn good player. I watch him not be in the rotation for weeks and then come off and get 20 points. So if I'm the Pistons, I'm looking at trades like that at the deadline and, looking to be the 3rd or 4th team. Those 3rd or 4th teams that just because they send out salary, they end up getting extra picks, extra this, extra that. Sometimes you get lucky and you get Jared Allen out of the deal for Cleveland Cavaliers. Just
God, that is insane.
Like that's the type of finesse that the Pistons should be looking to get involved in. And I know that people are talking about Zach LaVine. I've seen it in the chat. And
the rumors are heating up.
But here's what I'm telling you, and I've talked to people that are very plugged in, that they say that they're on the same thinking of me. That the Pistons are not looking to trade Bojan or Sasser or Stu or Ivy or Asar in a Zach LaVine trade. The Pistons are looking at Zach LaVine the way I'm looking at Zach LaVine, which that is a good player, but that is a contract that nobody wants to touch with a 10-foot pole. Mm-hmm. So if the Pistons are going to take him on, you are getting Wiseman, Killian Hayes, and salary filler. That's what you are getting. You are getting a shot at Wiseman, but we are doing you a favor, Chicago, by taking that contract that you don't want at all, and that has 4 years remaining, $250 million. He's paid like a 2 on a championship team, and we all know he's not. So that's the way Detroit's looking at it, and I think Detroit is open to it, and I'm also open to that. If I'm Detroit, I think that's a good, worthwhile gamble on getting a guy who's an all-star. Well, you still got guys that are young on rookie contracts. So I like that move, but I'm not giving up Sasser. I'm not giving up a first. I'm not giving up Bojan. I'm not giving up any asset in that deal. I am doing you a favor by taking that contract. So that's the way I'm looking at it. And then in the off season, this is where it goes. This is where the vision completes here. You want to get 2 stars or a star and a bunch of good and a couple good quality starter teams or starter players, and that's how you build. And the way to do that is you can present 2 packages. Your first package is revolved around winning the draft and getting the number 1 pick. If you win the draft and get the number 1 pick, I know it's a weak draft, but somebody will talk themselves into giving up a guy. Brooklyn looking to get rid of Mikal Bridges. That's the only way they do it, because then they get an actual guy they can build around. So you're looking at getting, you're looking at Lauri Markkanen. You're looking at Mikal Bridges. Those guys are feasible with a number 1 overall pick. Then the second package you're looking at, Jaden Ivey and picks, and you can go get a guy like Devin Booker if Phoenix flails out. You can go get multiple high-level starters for that kind of package. And I'm totally cool with risking picks, because you know what? You got Cade Cunningham, who's going to be a restricted free agent, Asar, who's on a rookie contract, Duren, who's on a rookie contract. You are guaranteed to be good for the next at least 6 years with that plus what you're bringing in. So that's the path to me. I'm okay with doing what Cleveland did with Donovan Mitchell. I know it looked dicey a couple months ago, but now that looks good.
Yeah.
You got Donovan Mitchell, and you got a bunch of guys that are on rookie contracts that you're building around. I think that's smart. We see it all the time in the NFL. Why does somebody in the NBA say, hey, Cade Cunningham's a guy who's not a number 1 right now, but a damn good player, and if we put actual number 1s around him, we could be a real good team really fast. Mm-hmm. Because he's outplaying his contract. He is playing better than a $10 million a year player, obviously. Mm-hmm. So I think that's the path if you're the Pistons. What do you guys think of it?
I like it.
Nicholas, any rebuttals?
Yeah, God, I mean, Zach LaVine, it's just tough because he is injury prone as well. And if you're going after that kind of guy, I mean, taking on that contract, it's dangerous. But this team has backed themselves into a corner of no return. They have to do something to switch it up. I know they talk about their core 4 with Ivy, Cunningham, Duren, and Asar Thompson. I feel like you're going to have to move off of one of those guys, preferably to me, not Cunningham or Duren. To me, it'd be Asar Thompson. I was never in love with them coming out of the draft.
That's crazy.
I was never in love with them out of the draft. You cannot play a guy in this league.
You want to trade for Grady Dick and keep Boyan, huh?
I don't know what, dude. Who's saying that? No, I'm just saying I would dangle Asar if you can get a good player that's not injury prone to the level of a Zach LaVine. I would 100% give up a draft pick and Asar Thompson. This team needs a star that's reliable. I don't believe that's Zach LaVine. No, not yet. I'll try to bring some for Monday.
One quick thing, because I know we're up against a break here. I see Miles Bridges in the chat, and a lot of people are going, I get that that's a buy low candidate, but what I'm telling you with the stuff that this Pistons organization has going on, and you can look that up, the stuff that's going on within this organization, bringing in Miles Bridges, it's not a good time for the organization to do that. I'm not fully against it because I don't know the character of Miles Bridges, and I'm not going to speak to that. But I'm saying that
I know he cheats on his exams in college.
I mean, okay, yeah, that's a guy. You know what? We all do that. Bring him in.
Firsthand have experienced that.
That's dope. That's Snitch. Dope. That's the type of guy you build a franchise around.
Also, how are you guys
Snitch?
How are you guys woeing Asar Thompson if I say he could be traded here when he's shooting 15%?
You understand? You want to trade him for Gordon Hayward?
You guys see Nick in the street spitting his mustache.
He's shooting 15%. Don't say that shit out loud. He's shooting 15% from 3 in this NBA, fellas.
He's also you want to know who's better at protecting the rim in the NBA than him? Only one person, Kristaps Porzingis, who's 7'3". He is an elite defender. He is an elite defender.
I love his defensive ability. He's got to show me more from the perimeter, though, Chris. That's what I want to see out of Asar in the back end if we do not trade him. I mean, obviously he's considered an untouchable to this team. I believe that he shouldn't be untouchable.
I think it's crazy to give up on a guy who showed Rookie of the Year candidate flashes in a Victor Wembanyama draft class. We were talking about at the beginning of the season him for Rookie of the Year, and then Monty benched the guy.
Yeah, do you blame Monty for him though? Because he's only getting 23 minutes a night. Like 100%. I think, I would have let it ride.
He's been playing no more. Maybe Monty's actually figuring it out. But tell us about Planet Fitness, Spencer.
Planet Fitness, the home of the judgment-free zone, where anyone, and we mean anyone, can feel comfortable and work on their fitness goals. You can get a full body workout in just 30 minutes in the 30-minute circuit, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all of that for just $10 a month. No matter where you are, there's a Planet Fitness close by, more than 50 in Metro Detroit, and thousands more throughout the world. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
I love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
At Planet Fitness, you can get energy without the judgment.
Hi, can you help me with this?
You don't know how to use it?
This is better.
Join now through January 19th for just 24 cents down, $10 a month. Never intimidating, always free fitness training and equipment for every workout. Join today during the Big Fitness Energy Sale for 24 cents down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal extended through January 19th.
Over 50 Metro Detroit locations.
Mark at Swiss Insurance, the best in the business. Give him a call at 248-800-4177 or visit him at mark@swissins.com. All right, quick question. This conversation been brought up to me in private. It's a little bit of a theory that I had. Almost off the backboard there.
Yeah, let me tell you, that would have went in if there wasn't so much in there.
Damn it.
A little bit of a theory I had, like when the pick was made, so I didn't like the fit. But do you think I didn't want to have that conversation?
Let's do it.
I didn't want to have that conversation. Well, because like you're trying to get rid of Asar.
This is ready to go.
Let's freaking go.
This is ready.
All right, so you brought up Asar, which I think a lot of us are offended by. Not gonna lie.
Offended.
But I think Asar would pair well if there was more spacing on the team.
Oh yeah.
So if you were, and this is argument.
Stretch 4.
Well, yeah, something like that.
Can't
just
stretch
in general,
it.
because I don't even like Cade and Ivy to begin with from the get, right? And we've won games with Ivy. Well, Cade was hurt.
Don't do that.
What are you trying to say?
I had that conversation. What it is Cade's style play is difficult, and Ivy's is more simplistic. Ivy, you give the ball, run 100 pick and rolls. Like it's easy to plug and play Ivy when Cade is out.
No, absolutely. Well, I'm saying I feel like Ivy would be the bigger guy to like flash them up.
Asar?
For sure.
For
You know what
sure.
I'm saying? Like if I'm shopping a guy.
Yeah, you're flashing Ivy more than you are Asar.
Yeah. Are you not?
I don't want to give up on Ivy. I think he has more star potential.
He does, but I don't know if it's a fit.
Somebody asked in the chat, DNCNT, 15% on how many attempts? Asar Thompson has shot 76 threes this year. Guess how many he's made? 11.
Oh, my God.
11 threes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are we doing here, fellas? That's the guy that is untouchable? Not in any world.
Absolutely. I've watched so much basketball to understand that is a guy that you want on your team. You want on your team in the playoffs. Like
out of context, that sounds so.
The
I want so
aside,
much ball. That's a guy you want for sure.
Yeah. No. Like I'm telling you, like this guy is an elite uber defender. You know what, Shea? Everybody I'm about to name is shooting under 40% well guarded by SGA or well guarded by Asar. SGA, Tatum, Luka, all of them are shooting under 40% well guarded by this guy. This guy is one of the best defenders in the league already in his rookie season. Imagine when he gets a couple years of film on these guys. Imagine when he gets to process the game better. This guy is going to be an otherworld defender. He's a great cutter. He's shown passing vision. He does everything but shoot. We've seen these guys be key pieces on championship teams. Bruce Brown last year, we've seen, he's a souped up Bruce Brown. That's the type of guy you want.
I think
not just
Asar
about
is a
threes.
better fit with Cade than Ivy is, especially if you put a guy like Levine next to Cade Cunningham, who shoots 40% from three. You put a stretch 4 on there that can hit the three. And Duran, you need 2 more shooters in that lineup for having a guy like Ivy who's shooting better this year. He's shooting better in the 2 this year, and his 3 is still pretty consistent, but he's not the threat, especially off ball, to knock down threes. If you put a sniper off ball,
I was told,
on Cade Cunningham with you put 2 guys on the perimeter that'll knock down anything. and you put Asor as that lockdown perimeter defender with Cade running the show and a pick and roll threat and Jalen Duren, I think that's a good makeup.
Or you do what Monty has been starting to do, which is something I've been screaming for him to do, is play Asar at the 4. Like let him, pairing him with Mike Muscala and Gallinari. Like, that has been a great fit because Gallinari is not a good rebounder, not a good rim protector. Asar is that. Asar is an ultimate defensive free safety, roam around, make the right plays. Like, you pair him with some spacing around him and you allow him to just cut, open up the paint. Like, he's been good these last couple of games. Like, I'm telling you, he is an absolute gem, and he is a guy that every single team in this NBA wants.
It's easier to fit a guy into a scheme like Asar Thompson that is a fantastic defender, a great cutter, and a freak athlete than a guy like Jaden Ivey who really only thrives the most when he has the ball in his hands.
I want this to be very clear here too. The games that I've been to, Asar has been one of my favorite players to watch. I think he will be good. I just think his 3-point percentage is a problem that he needs to work on. That's why, in my eyes, he's not untouchable in my opinion. But I do love Asar Thompson. I think he has a high upside. But I'm just saying this team needs to make some changes. A lot of people should be on the board. I don't think those 4 guys are untouchable. I think it's Cade and Duren in my eyes.
Hey man, get rid of Ivy. Bring this guy home. Change his jersey to blue, baby. Devin Booker.
Hey man,
that's where I'm at.
Dream.
That's where I'm at.
What's it for Monday? I like the Pistons talk. We kind of, it hasn't been where they're talking, but
and numbers didn't drop after the first drop.
Numbers went up when we started talking Pistons. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kool-Aid. All right, his family is
shout out Kool-Aid,
doing big things. So we're sending wishes and prayers his way. Love Kool-Aid.
Shout out.
Very happy for what he's got going on right now. Make sure you guys again send well wishes, prayers, all towards Kool-Aid and his family. One of the best guys I know.
Absolutely.
Kool-Aid's the man, bro.
Absolutely.
One of the most solid dudes out there.
Definitely the man, bro.
But that'll do it for us today. Appreciate you all tapping in all week to the Woodward Heavyweights. And this is my final show on Woodward. No, it's been real, guys.
Smash the like button.
For Chris, I am Spencer.
Love
We're
you
the
guys.
Heavyweights. Love y'all. We'll see you on Monday. Peace.